win the game.
Yes, you
You're
do.
damn right.
What's going on, Sneed? How you doing, man?
Man, blessed, man. Chilling, bro. Good to be here. Glad to be on the show tonight. We've got a hell of a show planned, bro.
We do. Welcome in, welcome back, y'all, to another episode of Format Podcast Live. We are excited because, as Sneed said, we got a real good basketball show planned for you guys tonight. We're going to get into it, and we are going to have some fun, and we're going to do it the way we do it here at the Format Podcast. All right. Want to, of course, shout out the channel members before we go ahead and get into everything. You know how we do. Got to show y'all love because y'all are some of the ones who really keep this thing going. So, of course, let's get started with that. Coach T, very first member of the channel, a.k.a. Laker Nation. Was good, brother. It's not that serious. Was good. Chief Sid Bubba, appreciate you. Appreciate everything you've done for our great nation. Appreciate everything you do for this channel. And, of course, shout out to the boys from Annapolis. Order Arms. See, you too excited about this.
Hey, no song, no singing. We ain't just rolling right now, man.
No doubt. Baltimore Brews was good. Steve, king of the chat. What's happening, my guy? Nino, of course, Sneed got what you need. Number one contributor. Main man, Micah, D-Ross 881, and Red Wolf 31. Appreciate all you guys so much. Thank you. If you're watching the show live, make sure you do all the stuff. Like, subscribe, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do that. Make sure you share the show to other people you know that love good sports talk. We are trying to grow to 10,000 subs by the end of the year, and we know we can do it with your help. But we need your help to get it done. So let's make that happen. Yeah, y'all know what time it is, man. So we are going to go ahead and get started with these quick hits. Sneed, you got a quick hit for us?
You know, Bruce, I don't really have like an organized quick hit. I just wanted to kind of speak on the NBA playoffs. I really like the day-to-day energies that have been there for these playoff games. So far, so good. You know, the last time we talked about how there's a couple of teams that we feel don't really belong. They're kind of out of place because they're in bad matchups. You know, whoever the hell got to play the Thunder, you know, that was going to be a hard matchup. But to be like the lowest seed and then to have to play the Thunder, that's a tough matchup. I think kind of the same thing. Like I would have said it with the Spurs, but now with the Wemby concussion, it's a little bit hairy. But day to day, I'm excited to see all these games. And even with that Wemby concussion, you know, hopefully he heals okay and he gets back to the game soon. Clears protocol and all that. But like that series gets more interesting now because the talent gap closes, right? Like Wemby was a huge factor in the series. So that's interesting. Lakers Rockets is really interesting all of a sudden with the injuries, you know, and those and the Lakers winning the first two, right? Holding home court, you know, and all that. And the Knicks lost to the Hawks. You know, that's got things interesting. The Magic taking a game, you know, that's interesting. The playoffs have a really good energy about them, and I'm really happy with the way they've started here in the first week. So far, so good.
I like that as well. My quick hit, nothing too special, but just wanted to touch on the fact that the NFL draft is tomorrow night, and well, we know NFL is king. So we're going to be tuning into that. Starts tomorrow night with the first round and looking forward.
First overall pick is who, Bruce?
Fernando Mendoza to the Raiders.
There it is.
That's pretty much set in stone. Like it would be, you know, one of the ultimate draft shockers if it didn't end up going down that way. I think he was on somebody's show saying that he's very excited to play for the Raiders and work with Tom.
He's Brady. Prepared for that, right?
Yeah. You know, so that's the dude. Yeah, but so you know what? Let me give a quick shout out. I have a new viewer in Morocco. So I want to shout out my viewer in Morocco.
Yo, shout out to Casablanca, bro.
There you go. Oui, dédication à mon nouvel ami, Ferouz. Salut. Enjoy the show.
Right, they speak French there. That's true.
Oui, bien sûr. Yes, sir. So yeah, we got a great show tonight, man. If you see on the rundown, of course, quick hits. We're gonna talk about Patrick Ewing. Is he an underrated great? I think so, but we'll talk a little bit more about it. We'll talk about, are the Celtics in trouble in Boston? Has KD been exposed? and the Lakers are halfway there to a great upset in the first round of the playoffs. So definitely looking forward to getting into all that. But my quick hit, as I mentioned, is just the draft tomorrow night. Super excited about it. And I'm curious to see where Ty Simpson, who pretty much most people have as the number 2 overall quarterback prospect, where he's going to end up going. And so one of the mocks that I saw on ESPN here has the Cardinals projected to trade back to the 28th pick and take Ty Simpson at number 28 near the back of the first round. So should be very, very interesting. So, yep, looking forward to seeing that. And you ready to get started, man? You ready to get started?
Let's do it, bro. Yeah.
Let's get it, Sneed. All right. Okay, so Wax Museum time, y'all. Wax Museum time. Shout out my guy Ed Dog. So, no, in all seriousness, the Pivot Podcast, most of you guys, if you watch a show like this, you're aware of the Pivot Podcast. Really good show, has a lot of entertainers and athletes and so on. And most recent episode had a guy who I believe is a legendary center. And I think most people think a legendary traditional center in the game of basketball, and that's Patrick Ewing. And this is a guy who often gets, unfortunately, overlooked. And I think a big part of him getting overlooked is the fact that he never won a championship, like a lot of people who played in the Jordan era. By the way, is that a chase down block? I thought only LeBron.
Absolutely. From a center, a real life center.
Right. A legitimate 7-foot, 260-pound center. But anyway, only LeBron could do a chase down. But yeah, Patrick Ewing is one of the all-time great centers ever. He's a top 10 at the position guy. And again, as I said, he really doesn't, I think, get his due because he was a more traditional back to the basket post player who also could really shoot the mid-range, like deep mid-range, all the way into the high post, top of the key, legitimate range. And of course, rebounder, shot blocker, man-on defender. Patrick Ewing did it all, and he was great. But a couple of things I think keep him from really being regarded the way he should, right? Because of the level of quality at the center position at the time he was playing. When he came into the league, he came in, Olajuwon was there, and Mark Eaton was there defensively, and Ralph Sampson was there, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was on his way out, and Robert Parrish was, still winning championships. So a lot of guys. And then getting into, the early to mid 90s, then you have young Shaq, you have a young Alonzo Mourning, you have prime Hakeem Olajuwon, prime David Robinson, prime Dikembe Mutombo. He played in the greatest center era of all time. So a couple of things happened as a result. He wasn't able to win championships. And then, of course, Michael Jordan in the East as well. That guy, right? Number 23. There was that. And then as well, you want to talk about the fact that the other centers were keeping him off of making Defensive Player of the Year, or keeping him, for the most part, off of the all-defensive teams. I think he only made, surprisingly, 3 all-defensive teams in his career, despite
who was getting them.
That's what I'm saying.
Who was getting it?
Dikembe Mutombo, Alonzo Mourning, Hakeem Olajuwon, Mark Eaton. That's really tough competition every year at the center.
What are you supposed to do? That's like,
right.
If you're gold, you reach gold, but there's platinum and diamond. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what's wrong with gold, though?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I really feel like that was his only issue was era. I mean, had he played in the 70s, he's probably viewed higher in the hierarchy of centers. But he played against all these great players simultaneously in NBA Finals, and
sure.
Bruce, he has a bad moment.
Yeah,
in the NBA Finals against one of those all-time great centers.
There you go.
So we could talk about like the ring culture you brought up, but if we could still look up his achievements, they're still solid. Yeah. There's still all-star games. There's still all NBA. There's still all defense.
Right.
He has good moments against Shaquille. Yeah, he has good moments against the up-and-comers and some of the greats, but just collectively, he doesn't have the hardware.
Yeah, and that's tough. But if a lot of people didn't actually watch him play. A lot of people who will make the statements that they're making now, they didn't actually see him play, so they don't know. But let me ask you this, Sneed, and you kind of covered this just now in some of what you said. When you think about Patrick Ewing, what comes to your mind first in terms of, him as a player, and then kind of where does he stand to you in the pantheon?
In terms of the pantheon of greats, he's like a tier 2 all-time center.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty fair. I can name clearly 7 or 8 centers better than him,
Right.
but the next 7 or 8 he's in.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's in like a tier 2. I'm taking
Yeah,
Kareem, I'm taking Wilt, I'm taking
of course.
Hakeem, I'm taking the Diesel. There's
Mm-hmm.
just more achievement, there's more
Yeah.
all NBA notoriety,
Mm-hmm.
the rings and stuff. But Pat's like right behind that. But what Pat did and how I remember him as a player, no nonsense, serious player, always improving and fixing his game, getting better
Mm-hmm.
every year, pretty much for most of his career.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of really good runs. He
Mm-hmm.
had a couple of solid runs. His team was kept on running into the Bulls,
Yeah.
and
And
he was a big
that
reason why
stopped
they
a
were
lot
really
of guys,
competitive.
right?
Yeah. And he was part of the reason why his team was so competitive. He
Sure.
was the best player on his team,
Mm-hmm.
and his team was in the finals and Eastern Conference Finals and,
Mm-hmm.
taking the Bulls 7 games.
Right. Not getting smoked on.
No, and
Yeah.
some of those games were close, and some of those games the Knicks blew out the Bulls.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, like, this was a back and forth, and he played the game right, man. This dude had almost 20-foot range reliable for a jumper. He had post moves, he had good footwork, he had athleticism, he ran the floor, he defended the position, always took on the challenge. There were no nights off. He
Mm-hmm.
was an Iron Man. He played all the games. He missed very few games. He may have had 1 or 2 injuries that prevented him from playing, at least 75, 80 games. But
Mm-hmm.
generally, he just played through everything.
Right. But
They
during his
just didn't.
prime,
Yeah,
Steve, he was
yeah.
consistently above 78 games. Like,
For a big
yes.
7 feet,
And an era where guys were banging, and he's doing
yes,
this with bad knees. That's
yeah.
why when guys talk about their knees now, I'm not trying to hear it.
I think I think he took his career very seriously. He
Mm-hmm.
continued on after playing as a
Sure.
coach, as an assistant, helping
Mm-hmm.
other guys improve their game who didn't have the requisite skill to get
Yeah.
better. I remember
Right.
him working with Dwight, on rebounding and free throws, trying to get him to level up in Orlando.
Right.
He really
Working with
was a
Yao
great
Ming.
ambassador for the game too, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
And he picked up the
Absolutely.
game late.
Right.
He did not start playing as a kindergartner. He did not play in elementary school.
Right.
He
Right.
picked up the game very late. I wanna say what, Bruce, 8th grade, 7th grade?
Yeah, somewhere around that time. Because he said when he came to the States, he was like
From Jamaica,
5,
right?
yeah, from Jamaica. He was like 5'11" at 12 years old. So everybody's like, what the hell? And he said where he lived in Massachusetts, there was a park like right next to where he lived. And people would be like, hey, we need another player. You want to play? And he said, of course, when he started, he was terrible, what have you. But then, he loved the game so much because he grew up loving soccer, football, right? And as they call it internationally, of course. And he grew up loving that. He said his favorite athletes, I think, were Pelé and Muhammad Ali. Mashallah, right? And
Mhm.
so after that, though, when he picked up basketball, he said he just forgot about soccer because he loved basketball so much. And I didn't even know this when he was coming out of high school. He was the number 1 prospect in the nation, like over Michael Jordan and some other guys. He was the number 1
Oh, wow.
prospect.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was
Well,
like,
you gotta remember, Bruce, during that time, the center
yeah,
was
yeah,
regarded as the pivotal position
sure.
because championships were won and lost on centers,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
MVPs were centers very often.
Yeah,
Because they saw Kareem, they saw Wilt, they're always looking
right.
for that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No doubt, no doubt. All right. So he Patrick Ewing, again, as I mentioned, was on the Pivot podcast earlier this week, a couple days ago, and had a nice, really nice sit down interview with the guys. And he had some thoughts, and I thought it was pretty interesting, and I wanted to share with you guys because again, you all know that's my era, right? Late 80s into the 90s, early 2000s, like that's my peak era. But the 90s is really that's what it is for me. I think that's the absolute peak prime best basketball decade in NBA history. I really do. And so just, watching that and then hearing what Patrick Ewing had to say, I definitely wanted to hear it. And I thought it was cool. And there were some things that I wanted to share with you guys. So here we go. Less than 3 minutes, but we'll play, stop, react, so on and so forth. So all right, let's check it out.
And then, when he took those 2 years off, then unfortunately, we didn't get past. I couldn't get past Akeem. I got Akeem in college. He got me in the NBA.
Yeah.
So that was definitely frustrating. It was definitely heartbreaking. We lost to them. Then I thought for sure we was going to get there the next year.
So interesting that, a lot of people I think probably don't remember that 1983 Georgetown won the national championship, and they did beat Houston in the national championship game, and he got Olajuwon, which is why part of the reason that Olajuwon had so much joy in winning the championship in 94, because he was able to kind of, get his lick back, or whatever you want to call it, right? He was able to do that. So Patrick Ewing, man, he was special. And he was like the first of the dominant Georgetown bigs under Coach John Thompson. So he was the one who kind of started that pipeline from, Patrick Ewing to Dikembe Mutombo and Alonzo Mourning, and then, some of the lesser guys that came after that, like the Mike Sweetneys and those guys. But regardless, he was the one who started that pipeline to the league. So just watching what he was able to do was awesome. Absolutely, Chief, the Hoya Destroyer. Yes. And, if you're old enough to remember, I know a lot of people aren't, Patrick Ewing, they were comparing him kind of to Bill Russell coming into the league, because he was such a dominant defensive player in college. In that national championship game that Georgetown lost to Jordan and the North Carolina, John Thompson told him at the beginning, he said, look, don't worry about goaltending. Send out everything that comes in the paint. We got to make these guys think about it. And they got called for some goaltends early, but Patrick Ewing was like,
challenge all shots, right?
Yeah. Yes. So they sent that message. So that was pretty cool. And that tells you just the level of confidence he had in him defensively. But let's continue with what Pat had to say here.
My knees were bothering me. They drained my knee, and my knees swelled up my legs swelled up like a balloon. So that next series, if you see, the next year I had a white sleeve on my leg. That's because my legs, it blew up like a balloon. I'm not sure what happened, but we don't have the technology that they do now back then. But I fought through, and that's the year I missed the layup, and we weren't able to get back to play against. We would have played Orlando, and then hopefully back to play Houston again.
So I wanted to touch on this. When you hear Patrick Ewing talking about my legs swelling up like a balloon and them having to drain my knees, and the next year I played with a sleeve on, what do you think when you hear that, Sneed?
Tough as nails, high threshold for pain, no excuses, always finding a way to get on the floor, took his job seriously, took his duties seriously. Leadership was important to him. Accountability was important to him.
Okay. So why can't these guys who make so much more money and have more sports science and more nutrition and more technology, why can't they do that today?
Because they're not.
I'm not trying to take shots at them. I'm just
they're the ones that you're describing are not resilient, and that they're just not. They're just not. There's no grit. They haven't been tested, and if and when they do get tested, they typically kind of shrivel, right? They kind of falter in the moment. So when a lot is asked of them, they can't come through because they haven't been battle tested. Little things are probably mountains to them, and real mountains are probably too much to overcome. So I think a painful reminder of coddling, enabling, protecting, shielding, not letting people taste defeat, protecting them by bubbles and putting someone in the hamster ball, right? In like a protective dome, you kind of have to go through things, and develop some toughness and some resilience.
Right. You hear, I think I've mentioned this on the show before, Paul Pierce talking about, and KG said it too, because he was there watching it later in his career, Paul Pierce getting his knee drained darn near before every game. Michael Jordan playing 82 games at age 40 with the Wizards, getting his knee drained, playing on bad knees. And I'm not saying that everybody has to be the same, but I just think they're not wired the same way, which is crazy to me because you're making so much more money. Go earn that. Like, I don't get it. I don't
actually, so it seems to work the contrary, right? The more money they make, the less motivated and driven they are to have those come up in those moments. They actually do less.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
so and maybe that's what it is. It's like, okay, well, I know what I'm worth. They're
Mhm.
paying me this.
Mhm.
I'll just sit out. I'll just be ready for the next joint, or there's always
Yeah.
next year. You know what I'm saying? Like they're more
Mhm.
about self-preservation than actually putting it all on the line.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
How you feel about the big men now? You bring up Cat, Wemby, Jokic, them dude. You got the 7-footers out there playing around on the perimeter and all. Well, I grew up watching you, watching Hakeem, watching Shaq, watching the big boys go down there and work that paint. I don't even think they know how to throw their back into nobody no more.
But the funny thing is that we wanted to do that. We wanted to do that, and they wouldn't let us. I remember when I first got to the league, and I was shooting a lot of turnaround jump shots, and they were so mad. You need to get in there and dunk it. I'm like, you see who I'm playing with? If I can't shoot, I ain't gonna be able to score.
Yeah.
So real quick, for those of
So
y'all,
Bruce, you've been proven right again.
well, so
Because I'm pretty sure you're the one who has said time and time again, these players could play now doing whatever they want to if the coaches let them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they were not afforded that opportunity when they played.
Right.
They had very
Right.
traditional, narrow-minded, tunnel vision coaches.
Well,
This is what a big does, right? This is what a big does. Go and dunk the ball, please.
And I do think that I get that if you have a player that has the ability to do more, you should allow them to do more. However, there are in every sport, and we talk about it all the time, there's just certain things that are true, right? And if you see, the thing is, I think the difference is there's so little real offense in the modern NBA, right? A lot of drive and kick, a lot of high screen and roll action. There's not a lot of teams that really run legitimate schemes today. And so I think there's a lot of that going on. And when you have
the players don't have the skill.
Yeah, that's probably true.
The general player doesn't have the skill. The general player can do one thing, maybe two things.
But it's weird though, because this whole thing is supposed to be positionless basketball, meaning theoretically they're supposed
positionless
to be
because they all just sit at the 3-point line.
Exactly.
That's what they mean by positionless. It's not positionless because they can all do it all. It's because they can't do enough.
Right. We're the jack of all trades, master of none, right?
And whenever there's a player who can do many things, he's like a unicorn. They're like, oh my God, this guy can do 3 things. Man, we've had guys doing that. Most guys could do multiple things before. It was the only way you got on the floor.
Yeah.
One-dimensional players didn't really get as much run as they should have.
Right. Now we will hear going forward, we will hear Patrick Ewing giving props to the players that are the centers that are coming up now. So he's not like an old man, get off my lawn.
Let's hear who he says, who he likes. Let's hear it.
But I think that everybody, it will change or come back. But those guys, they're skilled. Every big wants. It's just like every rapper or every musician want to be an athlete. Every athlete want to be a musician.
That's real.
All us bigs, we all want to be able to dance like the guards. So I think that a lot of them, like Wemby, he is special. He is special. Jokic, he's special. They all can do all the things that we're talking about, and they can do it at a high level. So all you can do is sit back and watch and admire.
If they let you Wemby, could you a Wemby?
I would have tried.
I would have tried. So he did, he gave credit there. And what's funny too? It seems to me where a lot of the modern fans and a lot of the younger fans, they say that the old head players and the old head fans are always dissing them. But for the most part, when you listen, don't you hear a lot of props being given by the older players to this generation? I don't know.
They give the props to the right guys. They're selective.
Okay.
We're not casting an umbrella out here saying everybody is great. We're not doing this.
Right.
And they throw the word around elite way too much now.
Oh, for sure.
Too many times. This guy's elite. This guy's elite. No. You can't be elite just because you have handles. That does not make you elite at anything.
Yeah.
Dribbling is a means to an end. What is the end?
Yeah.
So him naming Wemby was strategic.
Yeah. He also named Jokic.
He named because unique and special, right?
Yeah.
Bring a very unique skill set to the game. So he made sure he named those guys because I think he understands that's the present and the future of the game.
Yeah. Side note, do you notice that when they talk about the centers today, a lot of times Embiid gets left out, obviously, because he misses so many games.
Doesn't play.
What do you think he feels about that? Do you think he's bothered by that, or he's like, yo, I'm getting my max dollars, I'm good?
He should be bothered. He should be bothered with the fact that he's unavailable to play.
Mhm.
Because now he just won't reach the achievement. Everybody knows what Embiid is when he's on the floor. A 90% Embiid is still in the discussion as the best center in the league.
Yeah, he's the second best center in the league at 90%.
Yeah, so he's like in that conversation at 90%.
Right.
At 80%, he's still top 3.
Yeah.
You know, because of what he could do at the position and like legitimately being center sized, right? He's 7 feet. He's damn near 290. He is the real deal with 3-point range. He can bring people out there. He makes 87% free throws. He's got finesse. He's got touch. He's got all types of moves, good footwork. He really worked on his game. He became a very reliable shooter, and he can dish. It's all good. A good defender. It's just availability.
Yeah.
He has to see. He's not in the conversation because he doesn't play.
For sure. Let's continue with the clip.
Jeff ain't gunning with me. Him and Parry are looking at me like, nah, big fella. You got 5 turnovers now. You got 5 turnovers. Get the rock up. Hey, like Big John told me, get your ass in the block.
How do you defend the Wemby, though?
Hey, look. You know, I coach Yao Ming. Yao Ming was his size. 7'4", 7'5". But Yao didn't have the skills and all the things that Wemby has. Different game. So, you know, you just try to be as physical as you can with him legally.
Right.
Just try to body him up and try to push him out. Now, he wants to be out there. So he's not going to mind being out there, but you just got to be physical with him.
So good commentary from Patrick Ewing. And, you know, if you are interested, I would say go listen to that interview with the Pivot Podcast. He talks about a lot from, you know, where he would be if he was still in Jamaica. He said he would be dead or in jail. He would he talked about when he first arrived, how he got with basketball, his relationship with John Thompson, his relationship with his Georgetown brothers, his time in the NBA, you know, regrets, so on and so forth. Really good interview, about an hour long, very entertaining. Jeez. Yeah, sorry, missed that. But all right, let's go ahead. Let's open up the phone lines and let's take a few calls from you guys. Is Patrick Ewing an underrated great? If so, why? Where do you think he ranks in the pantheon of big men? Where do you think he kind of sits in terms of, you know, all time in the NBA? Also, interesting comment. I didn't clip this, but they asked him the dream team versus the redeem team, who wins? And obviously we know what his answer was. I'm going to ask you, Sneed, dream team versus redeem team, who wins?
Dream team by a lot.
Ooh, I would have to agree, because even I would say that
who was the starting lineup for the redeem team?
What was it? Kyrie, Kobe, LeBron. Dwight, and I don't know who the fifth was.
Yeah, it's not good enough. You need another Bean. You need another Kyrie. It's not enough.
Well, I would say that the dream team would probably have difficulty on the perimeter, but they're not getting anything at the rim.
But perimeter shots is a game of percentages.
Yes.
Interior, the percentages are high, right? Toughness is going to win you some possessions.
Yeah.
There's going to be a mentality issue with Dwight out there.
And you're not going to be able to rebound. If
David Robinson, like, come on, bro. Pat, you know, it's
Patrick Ewing, Charles Barkley, like 4 of the best rebounders.
You're going to chew him up and spit him out. And, you know, Kyrie's going to have a hard time defending someone.
Right.
You know, and LeBron's going to have a hard time defending someone, and Bean's going to get pissed.
Yeah.
You know,
and look, and you sick a young prime Scotty on LeBron, not going to be good. I'll tell you that. It would not be good. Chief, what you got, brother? How are you, man?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm glad you brought up Pat, man. I grew up watching Pat.
Yes, sir. Me too.
By the way, for the record, I don't think he's underrated. I think he's under-acknowledged and under-celebrated.
Okay,
I think
those
that's
are
the
better
proper
terms.
words.
Okay,
Yeah.
Right. I was gonna go underappreciated.
okay, fair enough.
Yeah, there you
Those
go.
are the better
Yeah.
terms.
Right. So I grew up with him. So I grew up with him, man, in the early '80s when I was watching college ball
Mm-hmm.
with the Hoya Destroyers, and I just I knew he was gonna be good then. So that was kind of one of my favorite teams growing up as a kid. Watching Big East basketball when it was tough. It was tough back in them days. So and Patrick, and he was good for. Well, I'd say he was a little rough coming in, but he was great, man. He took on Jordan. He took on King in college.
Sampson.
So he was
He played Ralph
all-time
Sampson in college.
Played Ralph Sampson. So he was an all-time great college player.
Yes.
But I got Pat kind of with Snead on that second tier.
Me too.
Like with David Robinson, Ewing, Malone, Willis, some of those guys. So I got on that second tier.
Yeah.
But I remember on open court, Shaquille O'Neal said something that was so profound. And Shaquille actually cried. I don't know if y'all remember on open court, Shaquille O'Neal cried because he had so much love for Patrick Ewing, because he said he was that one guy, like in the Kung Fu movie, to get to the top, you had to go through him. You were nobody until you got to him.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how much appreciation that they have for Pat. But I remember also early when he came over, it was a guy named Mark Jarvis. I don't know if you've heard of Mark Jarvis for college basketball.
No.
He was the guy who taught Patrick how to play. I think he also coached. I know he coached in college, but he also coached in the NBA. So that's where Pat really developed with Mike Jarvis.
Okay.
He also worked with another guy, Oliver Candy, the Candy Man, but he wasn't that too much.
I didn't know he worked with Oliver Candy. Okay.
I think he worked with Oliver. Yeah.
I'd keep that quiet if I was you.
Yeah.
That didn't work out too well.
Nah, but Pat, he would raise hell today because he can play on both sides, and like you said, he can get cut loose, so he can dribble the ball, he can go in. Because a couple of times, man, he yoked on my boy. He yoked on his Georgetown brother Morning. You know, Lonzo gonna go, and Pat just yammed it on him.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah. So even though they show pictures of Michael and Scotty dunking on him, but if they dunk on you or not, at least you be man enough to challenge them. You live to fight another day.
Yeah. So, but Chief, here we come from. You and I, Snead, the people around our age group and such. Right. We understand that if you defend the rim, you're going to get dunked on. That's just part of what happens because you're contesting everything that comes in there, doing what you're supposed to do. You're not hiding from it. You're not saying, oh, I don't want to get dunked on, or oh, I don't want to pick up a foul. Your job is to try. You're the last line of defense. So if you get boomed on for doing your job, then you get boomed on, right? Because you took pride in sending that thing back in somebody's face, if you could, right? So, I mean, it happens. We've seen D-Rob get dunked on. We've seen Shaq get dunked on. We've seen Dream get dunked on. We've seen Ewing get dunked. Zoe, all these, it happens if you're doing your job. So I never understood why people, oh my God, he got dunked on. Yeah, he was a center protecting the rim. That's going to happen.
But what they look at is, you know, the oohs and ahs. Bruce, the thing, he fits your check box, as Eddie would say. He ain't that much sizzle, but he all steak.
All steak. Yes.
All steak.
Yes.
That's not the sizzle, but and then he was fundamentally sound as a center. And I think most of those guys, as far as post moves or anything, those big guys can't do that. And they're just long, langy. They don't know how to bang. They don't know how to use their body. And you seeing a lot of people getting exposed in these playoffs now. Because when the game slows down and you got to go in and man up going one-on-one, you know, Braun beats Riddle every time.
Facts.
Yeah, but that's about it, man. I can just say, man, Pat was a warrior.
He was.
And
I think that's the term that
one game against Indiana when he had that bunny and it bounced off the rim. So Patrick was kind of like the guy, man, you always rooted for. He got so close, but he just never got there. It was always one little thing to throw him off. a game with Indiana. I don't remember if you remember the Indiana game when Reggie came back on him. So he was always there. Then he made it to the finals. Then it was a dream.
Mhm.
It was he was always close, but he never got there.
Yeah.
I think that's one.
He never had a star running mate. He always had a
true.
good collection of talent. John
Mhm.
Starks was a decent player. You know,
Mhm.
Oak was a good player.
Mhm.
Mason was a nice player, Anthony Mason. But there was no tandem. There was never that
Yes.
second guy on his level, near his
Right.
level
Right.
to get him there. So they had to do it the
The way
hard
they
way.
did it.
Yeah,
Right,
they had to
right.
do it the hard way.
Sure.
Well, and guess what? Patrick Ewing also didn't claim he didn't cry about help either.
Nobody cried about help back then.
Doing it.
Nobody
No,
cried about help back then.
help.
I never
So-
heard anybody complain about that.
So interesting
At least
note.
not publicly. Not publicly,
Right,
right?
right,
Stuff
not
happens
publicly.
behind closed doors. I don't know, but
Yeah.
publicly it wasn't a thing.
Right.
Interesting though, and I found out listening to this interview, he at one point was supposed to go to the Warriors and join Run TMC, but for whatever reason that didn't end up happening. I don't think that would have been a fit for him, but
No.
that could have been crazy. But yeah, it didn't end up happening. So, you know,
Yeah.
but yeah,
But well, you know, hey, certain things are good in the Wax Museum, and Patrick Ewing is one of them.
facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Man,
All right, guys.
yeah, no doubt, Chief.
All right,
Have a
Chief.
good one, man. Thanks for the call.
All right.
Good call, Chief.
I tell you, yo, the disrespect for the previous era. Like, imagine the Wax Museum. Like, that's a crazy thing to say, but it is what it is.
That sounds like something, you know, somebody who's not really into the historian side of the game. They think that basketball athletes started in 03,
I think that's
you know, even though Julius Erving was walking on the skies in the 70s in the ABA.
David Thompson, right?
Even though Bill Russell
Mhm.
was sprinting up and down the floor, blocking shots, dunking the ball, passing all this. Wilt
Mhm.
Chamberlain, otherworldly things,
Otherworldly.
you know, but you know, athletes, they started doing those in 03,
Mhm.
you know.
Yeah. Quick side note, and I'm sure I mentioned this before. When Bill Russell left college in 1956, when he left college after winning back-to-back national championships at the University of San Francisco, he was ranked as the number 7 high jumper on earth.
Yeah,
So, I mean, I'd say that's pretty athletic, wouldn't you?
it's amazing.
Yeah. But all right, let's go ahead and I don't think we're going to get any more calls on this. Let's take it to the next topic and yeah, let's get it. So last night we saw game 2 of the 76ers and Celtics series. And it might be fair to say that the Sixers, I think they put B to A. They put belt to them. And every time the Celtics would, you know, make a run and try to get it back close again, the Sixers would take off on them again. And I think that maybe the Celtics got carried away with how easily they won that first game and didn't particularly come out with the type of mentality to say, okay, we're going to go up 2-0, put our stamp on this series. And now you have a series. It's tied 1-1 going to Philly after game 2. And so last night, Philly got a really good overall contribution with five in double figures. Paul George with 19, Oubre Jr. with 12, Tyrese Maxey with 29, Edgecombe with 30. Great game for the rookie in his only second playoff appearance. Just made a ton of big shots down the stretch as well. Andre Drummond citing 10 points, 8 rebounds.
Abdul Drummond.
Let's not do that. Let's not be disrespectful.
Bro, there were games where he had like 24 rebounds.
Yes,
I remember.
absolutely.
Crazy.
So he usually dominant with the double doubles. Yeah, you know, he had seasons averaging 15, 16 boards. So for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kind of, he had a sighting last night. A really good game by the Sixers. And again, that probably was the Celtics wake-up call, being as they are the team that's projected to come out of the East, I think, by most people. Now, nothing obviously is guaranteed, nothing set in stone, but most people think that The Celtics are going to come out of the East. They've been the second best team in the conference all year long. Now you have the return of Jason Tatum, which adds, an all-NBA caliber player. So you add that with, of course, Jaylen Brown, who's a top 5 MVP candidate, top 5 defensive player of the year candidate, arguably the second best two-way player in the league, right? I think we could probably make that argument. Clearly, it's Wembanyama at number 1. Can't think of another guy who's a better, offense, defensive player in the league.
Brings the value to both sides, right?
Yeah, than Jaylen Brown, excuse me. So regardless, the Celtics probably, read their own press clippings a little too much and got wrapped up in things. And the Sixers brought it to them. Sixers said, we're not going to roll over here. And, you got to like what you saw last night. This is playoff basketball, man. We talk about it all the time. It's different here, Sneed. Mm-hmm. What did you see? What do you think the Celtics need to do? What do you think the Sixers need to do to continue to have success?
I think for the Celtics, I think you called it early on in your soliloquy. You spoke about overlooking your opponent slightly based on a game in which you handedly beat them by, I think, 30-some points in game 1. So a very large margin of victory, pretty much always in control the whole game. Possibly their guard was down a little bit, right? So they set themselves up to maybe be upset in a way because maybe they played down to their competition. And I think that's probably a good thing. It probably wakes them up. It probably puts everything back into refocus and kind of realign the perspective. Coach Joe Mazzulla comes in probably the next day and says, all right, guys, that's a game that should not have gone that way. We know we're better than them. This is inside the locker room talk, right? We know we're better than them. We proved it this season. This game should not have happened like this. We weren't even competitive, that sort of thing. But I think what this allows them to do, and this is typically what happens with championship teams, they have moments. Nobody's going to go 16-0 in the playoffs.
Right.
It's just not typical. So maybe an opportunity here for Joe Mazzulla to kind of realign the focus of his players, let it serve as a wake-up call, understand what you have to do possession in and possession out to defend. Get your stops. Let's run our offense. Let's make sure we're getting quality shots. Let's not settle, right? Let's make sure that we're really committed to both sides of the ball. Right. Let's rotate. Let's play clean. Let's not turn over the ball. Like the core values. Let's crash the glass. Let's get rebounds. Let's move the ball around. Let's get quality looks, right? And I think that's what he's going to basically say.
Yeah.
I just need a more concentrated effort from you guys, and I expect them to win the next 3.
Yeah.
And I don't care how it looks. They could win. The margin of victory could be 5 points. It could be 15 points. It doesn't matter. I expect them to win the next 3 games. So they'll win, I think they'll win 2 in Philly, and then they'll close it out in game 5 in Boston.
Yeah. By the way, Pistons up by 18 here. Pistons up by 20 against Orlando.
I try to tell people at the last game, you don't even have to believe me. Just go back to the last live stream when everybody was tripping about Detroit and Orlando. I know what I've seen from Detroit this year.
All year. Yeah.
That is a team that plays real defense.
Sure.
Give Orlando credit. They played out of their mind.
They did.
That was not likely to happen today. You would need a massive meltdown for the Pistons to not win the series.
Yeah.
It would be one of the biggest upsets in NBA history, in my opinion, if they were to lose this series. It's not going to happen.
Right.
Cade is an MVP player, and that team plays defense.
Yeah. Right.
And I look at the Celtics the same way.
Sure. Quick side note, total diversion. Let me take a quick side note here. Just got a notification on my phone while we're on the show. And I want to say this. A lot of the people that watch and enjoy this show, and we really appreciate you, are serving or have served. There's a lot of veterans who watch this show. And just got a notification that the Secretary of the Navy has been fired today. So if you guys believe in it, man, please say a prayer for our troops and our military, because the leadership at the top is not good. And when you are at war and you have such flux in your leadership, it can't bode well for the people that are below. So, like I said, if you believe in that, say a prayer for our troops, please. All right, back to the sports. Where were we? Yeah, so the Celtics. So it's funny. Every time the Celtics play poorly, especially in the playoffs, what does it always come back to? Poor 3-point shooting. Shots are sometimes just not going to fall. But guess what? Last night, 13 for 50, 26% from three. Meanwhile, not only did they not make the three, they didn't defend the three well because Philly was 19 of 39, 49% from three.
Yeah, they're not defending the perimeter well. They're not closing out. They're not rotating. That's a few things that need to be tuned up before the next game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to speak to the 50 3-point attempts,
Mm-hmm.
50 3-point attempts is settling. In the flow of an NBA game, you might get 25 to 29 threes on the high end.
Mm-hmm.
In the flow of an NBA game. When you shoot 50 or more, you are deciding I'm taking threes.
Yeah.
That is not ball movement, and those are not open threes. That's I have 2 feet of space between me and the defender. I'm shooting it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That is crazy.
I think a big part of that, obviously, we know the Celtics part of their DNA is shooting a ton of threes. That's what Missoula wants to do. That's what the analytics say, whatever. But I think another big part of that as well, Sneed, is that when you, number one, when shooting threes are a part of your DNA and then you get down, and maybe you get down by 10 or you get down by 15, you're thinking, okay, quickest way to get back into this instead of, like I always say, chipping away, running offense, getting quality possessions is what? Shoot more threes. And I think a lot of coaches and a lot of teams and a lot of players see it that way. And as such, that's how you end up in that spot.
The best way to get back into a game is stops. You get a stop and then get any bucket. It's a 5 or a 6-point swing.
So
right?
Are you talking about defense?
I am.
Well, we know, even though we are lauding the fact that defense is being played much more in the playoffs, thank goodness, but we know that on the whole, defense is not nearly as important in this league and in this era as it once was. It just, is what it is.
You will not win a championship if you cannot get stops.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work that way. You're going to have to stop your opponent at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And when you stop your opponent, you change how they think about the game.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they get a stop on you, they're like, all right, this is about to be a problem. I got to go and try and score on these guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The stops are huge. Stops afford you. Let me show you what stops afford you. Last year, Indiana Pacers versus OKC Thunder. There was a point in either game 2 or game 3. The Oklahoma City Thunder were 1 for 13 for 3.
Mm.
And Bruce, they were down by 5. That's 2 possessions.
Yes.
How do you go 1 of 13 from 3 and you are down 2 possessions?
Because of the way you can defend and rebound.
Stops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold your opponent to 1 shot. Yeah. You get stops.
That's right.
Rebound, all defensive rebound, no second chances.
That's right.
5. And then you live to get to the next possession and run your offense and try to get a high quality shot.
Oh, you
nothing
mean the
inside?
Basics?
You take what you can get.
Right. You mean the basics?
Rebounding, defense, turnovers.
The man said no rebounds, no rings.
Yeah. And then, those stops afford you extra possessions. And the turnovers afford you extra possessions.
Sure.
Right?
Mm-hmm. So let's look at the Celtics a little bit before we open up the phone lines. This is one of the guys that, and some people are going to say, oh, he's coming back off injury, but I've been consistent with this, healthy or not. Jason Tatum drives me nuts with his settling for threes. 2 for 8 from 3 last night. He drives me crazy with that because he is a guy that can put the ball on the floor and can go past just about anybody in the league. So too often he bails out the defense with bad early shot clock threes. Like, cut it out, man. So he was 8 for 19 last night. He had 19 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal. So solid stat line overall. But realistically, Jaylen Brown carried this team trying to keep them in the game and trying to bring them back. He finished with 36 last night, 11 of 24, so just under 50% from the floor, 5 of 12 from 3, and 9 of 12 from the stripe. So he, he did all he could. I don't know. I mean, we've got some people who are going to take shots at Jaylen Brown, and we know why. But at the end of the day, Jason Tatum played well, but he could have played a lot better. And that to me it's kind of what's the word I want to use? Problematic. I've always been upset with the fact that he is so content to bail out the opposition the way he does. I think that's a bad look. I do.
I think the turnover ratio was +4 for Boston. So they were more turnover prone. That hurts. They're a type of team, just based on their coach. I think he really harps on possession, right? Like valuing your possessions, don't turn over the ball. They rebounded. They just missed a lot of shots. I think a function of the quality of shots. They weren't getting quality looks.
Right.
So I think for the next game, look for that adjustment, Bruce.
Sure.
Look for an adjustment to get more open looks. Look to get shots in rhythm. I think they'll bounce back with a win, pretty convincing win. I think a 15-point lead or something like that would not be surprising at halftime, right? I think they'll create a little bit of space.
Yeah.
And I think Tatum will have a good game. I think JB will have a better game. I think Pritchard and stuff. These guys are seasoned, Bruce.
Yes.
They know how to bounce back.
Yeah,
they're not going to win every game, but I do think they'll bounce back and answer.
No, absolutely. You ready to open up the phone lines here, Sneak?
Yes, sir.
Let's get it. All right, 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. Your thoughts on the Celtics-Sixers series, your thoughts on last night's game, your thoughts on the Sixers putting B to A on the Celtics in Boston, what it might mean, doesn't mean anything. Was it just a blip on the radar? Was it an anomaly? Just a little speed bump on the way to the Celtics going to the finals coming out of the East. Thoughts? And guess who's calling?
I'll tell you why I'm not, Bruce. I'll tell you why I'm not worried.
Okay. Well,
the Celtics were +8 in rebounding, and they were +6 on the offensive glass. I'm not worried about the Celtics.
Okay, there you go. Key stats. Ed Dog, good evening, sir.
Yeah. Good evening, Steve.
What up, brother?
I'm going to talk to you because that person that you're sitting right next to is very disingenuous and disrespectful. So, ain't no huffing and puffing because you putting all the blame on Jason Tatum, sir.
I did not.
No, hold on. No. Yes, you did.
Oh, my
So,
gosh.
you read out Jason Tatum's three-point shooting. Sir, what was Peyton Pritchard shooting from 3?
Pritchard was 2 for 8.
0 for 4.
Oh, 0 for 4. Yes, I'm sorry. I was looking at his field goal.
Yeah. Thank you, Sneak. Thank you for correcting him. So let's keep going.
Derek White 2 for 10.
Well, Derek White has shot the 3 poorly all season, so I'm not even looking at that.
Right, but collectively as a whole.
Hold on, Sneed. This is interesting because Ed Dog is the same guy who talks about quote unquote corner boys. He doesn't value role players. So why is he holding role players to the same standard as all pro guys?
Hold on.
Go ahead and land your plane, bro. Go ahead.
Derek White is an Olympic champion, so I wouldn't consider him as a corner boy.
He's a role player.
No, he's not.
Wait. Oh, hold on.
Hold on. Let me correct it. Hold on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, correct that.
Correct that. I'm going to say this right here. I do appreciate corner boys. I did tell you that. Shout out to the corner boys.
Whatever.
So my problem is, sir, you only called out Jason Tatum's poor percentage from the 3 when there's other players that's on their team that were shooting poorly from 3.
Okay, so
and also, no, wait a minute, sir, hold on, sir. And then also, let's not act like when we say that JB was doing everything, but he also was hogging the ball up. He wasn't dishing the rock out, but like Jason Tatum was, sir. Okay, and then also he was in foul trouble. And then also what probably cost him the game was when he was Thompson got that technical foul too. So let's not act like that giving all the credit to Jaylen Brown and none to Jason Tatum. This is what I'm talking about.
Hold on. Okay, so now you can let me respond, right?
What is Seston, bro? What is this?
This is not about giving all the credit to any one player. One, you cannot compare role players to an all-pro guy in Jason
This is
Tatum.
ridiculous.
That's one. Two, for whatever reason, you're so in love with Jason Tatum
See,
that
the
you
disrespect.
stop. You totally missed how at the beginning I talked about the Celtics as a team
But you didn't
shooting
call
so
out the
poorly
players,
from
sir.
three.
You didn't call out the name, sir. You
When
only
I
called out
say
Jason Tatum, sir.
as a team, that means everybody, right?
I heard only Jason Tatum. He
Of course,
did
that's
the
all
23.
you heard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But Jaylen Brown got all the credit talking about, oh, he carried the team and all that was shooting. But yeah, you didn't call out his taunting for you know what I'm saying, technical fouls and foul trouble and all that stuff and hogging the rock when Jason Tatum is getting everybody else involved. But see, you don't want to call that out.
We're gonna call these the Ed Dog special right here. That's what we're gonna call these.
You didn't want to call that out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but anyway, at the end of the day, it was a good game. You know what I'm saying? Win this game 3.
Eddie, can I offer some pushback though, Eddie? Can I throw a couple of things around here?
Go ahead.
I think Jaylen Brown had a pretty good game. I think while Jason Tatum played poorly, I think he did move the ball around pretty well. I thought he rebounded well.
Yes.
They did impact the game on different levels.
Mm-hmm.
But I think collectively, Bruce's greater concern is probably the fact that the Celtics in general take a lot of threes, and Tatum is one of the culprits that often heavily goes back to settling for threes.
Yes, when he's so talented that he doesn't have to play that way. I've been saying that since last year.
Yeah,
come on, Ed Dog, this is not new.
Yeah. But Sneed, this is the part you forgot, sir. I get harassed by that person you sit next to that always. Yesterday, he sent me an emoji of Jaylen Brown. You just don't understand, sir. You really don't understand. I promise you don't understand how
Probably a good thing I'm not in that group chat.
Then not only that, then let me tell you this too. He got my brother sending me stuff too about Jaylen Brown, and I'm like, look, bro, you drinking that Capilot Kool-Aid too as well.
Okay, so let me ask you this, Eddie. Do you like the Celtics?
No.
I put it like this, sir.
He likes Jason Tatum.
Okay, so you're a Tatum fan, but you're not necessarily a Celtics fan. So there's always going to be a bit of a disconnect whenever the Celtics win, and it's not because of Tatum, but it might be because of Brown. Is that accurate to say?
Yes, that's very accurate to say, sir, because apparently somebody over here, first name he called out was Jason Tatum doing, you know what I'm saying,
but Tatum was settling for threes. He was.
Hold on. Wait. Ed Dog, seriously. When did I say Jason Tatum caused them to lose? Seriously, when did I say that?
That was the first name. That was the first name that you had came out your mouth, sir.
Why are you so sensitive about Tatum? Do you know him?
Hold on.
Are you related to him?
No, it's not about
No,
being related,
do you have
sir.
some type of relationship with him? Something?
No, it's not. But my problem is why you ain't call out Derek White first or Peyton Pritchard first?
Because Derek White and Peyton Pritchard are not all pro players. They're role players. You got to stop this. Okay, are we done? Are we done here, sir?
Done.
Okay.
We done.
All right.
Done. I'm
Thank
gonna
you, sir.
continue listening to the show.
Yeah, you do
Make sure
that.
y'all get the like and subscribe up for Sneed and Mr. Bruce Hope.
Thank you. I appreciate
he
that.
needs some hope.
By the way, I got the address from your other man. The knee pads are en route, man. I got you.
See what I'm saying?
What?
He needs hope.
I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
I'm here to fight for you.
You be you, Bruce. You be you, Bruce. Water.
I don't even understand.
Eddie really loves him some Tatum, bro.
He loves some Tatum. Yeah, but it's wild though. You can be a Tatum fan. That doesn't mean you have to hate JB though.
Oh, not at all. I think I'm with you on that.
Jaylen Brown, and that's wild. Okay, Sneed, take me out of it, right? I could be biased. I could be not seeing this right because I'm a Celtics fan. You saw this. Do you feel like Jaylen Brown? Do you feel like he was chucking, or do you feel like he was trying to keep the team in the game every time it threatened to really get out of hand?
I mean, he was one of the lone bright spots on offense during the game. So, yeah, I think he was trying to do his best to give his team points at some really critical times. And it became an insurmountable lead at one point. I mean, the lead was, it was getting out of hand, but I mean, the shots weren't falling from anywhere else.
Mhm.
You know, you got guys shooting 2 of 8, 0 of 4, you know,
Right.
1 for 4.
Right.
JB had it going a little bit. So, I
Mhm.
mean, you go with the hot hand, right?
Right. That's what I would think. But
Yeah.
okay. All right.
And some games that's going to be Tatum.
Correct.
You
And
know,
when that happens, he'll get his love the same
it
way.
must be nice to have a team where you have 2 all NBA players, like real life all NBA
Yeah.
talent. Like one guy was getting MVP votes before his injury, and the other guy deserved him this year. You know, that's
Mhm.
nice, bro.
It is. No, it is. Cottage, no, I don't think the 76ers are overrated because I don't think anyone really rates them. They're the 7th seed in the East. They are what they are. I don't think anyone sees them as being any real threat. So no, I don't think they're overrated, Cottage. All right. Let's go ahead. It looks like we are done with calls on this topic. Let's go ahead and this is about to get serious, y'all. Sneed, take it away, my brother.
All right. The game last night between the Houston Rockets, or was it the night before, Bruce?
Last night, I believe.
Was it last night? Okay.
Night before.
Night before. Okay.
Yeah.
This was game 2 of the series between the Rockets and the Lakers. Game 1, KD misses because of a knee injury,
Mhm.
knee contusion, some kind of just I don't know. I know contusions is just causing bruising. So
Mhm.
a knee bruise, we'll call it.
You better get
So he
in the cold
sits out.
tub and get out there.
He sits out game 1. I'm
Right.
assuming to be basically 100% for game 2 and the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Kevin Durant was brought to Houston to provide elite scoring and offensive dynamics to this team.
Sure.
It's what they lacked in the offseason. They moved on from Jalen Green.
Mhm.
You bring in Kevin Durant, supposed to be an upgrade. Definitely is an upgrade.
Yeah.
You lose Fred VanVleet, your lead point guard, to an ACL tear. He's out for the year. It was not smooth sailing all year. There were some good stretches for Houston, but the finish of the season wasn't good. Kevin Durant being part of the reason why there was some, I believe, contention within the team when he did that whole burner thing and started talking about his teammates, calling them stupid and idiots, and they can't, you know, and I get it. They're not the most deeply talented roster, right? But they have serviceable players. There are good players on the Rockets, and they have a proven coach as a proven commodity. There are expectations for the Rockets. There are expectations for Kevin Durant, who was brought in to score. I equate him to a bounty hunter. You bring him in for a job, and he is paid to do that job, and that is score.
Sure.
He is having a hard time in this game, as I'm watching it, finding space, getting to his spots to score. So the question becomes why? You look at what he has to do in order to get to a spot. They're sending double teams. The last time they played the Lakers, he had the same problems, which means this has not been addressed. I can blame Ime Udoka. I can blame Kevin Durant's teammates for saying that they're not knocking down their shots and they're not making themselves available to be open for passes. But at the end of the day, when the ball is in your hands and they tell me that you are the greatest scorer the game has ever seen, or whatever hyperbole they offer, whatever hype they have, I'm going to push back and say, what could you have done different to get different outcomes?
Right.
Bruce, he had 9 turnovers.
That is
7 feet tall. Everybody says he's this flawless offensive player. 9 turnovers. That's not his teammates.
Nope.
That's not Ime Udoka. That is the defense throwing something your way and you unable to respond to it. 9 turnovers. Bruce, 9 turnovers in a week is a bad week.
Right.
He had 9 in one game. So I'm not here asking for a perfect player.
No.
I'm here asking for some accountability. And for the folks who say KD's handles are fantastic and he's got great vision and he's this incredibly smart player, we didn't see an improvement since the last time they played the Lakers.
No.
JJ Redick continues to send double teams, and he doesn't know what to do with himself.
Well, we
I have
saw that years
concerns,
ago, and I
Bruce.
talked about it.
I have concerns.
Yeah, guy. Mm-hmm.
The real issue here is we have a disconnect between reality and people's perceptions.
Sure.
They think he is this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He is not. And what I mean by that, he's not as amazing as they think he is.
Mm-hmm.
He is amazing, but he's not what they say he is. And that's not KD's fault. That's the hyperbole around him as a player. This is what happens with fans. They latch on to a player. Now all of a sudden, they're the greatest thing of all time.
Right.
He's not that type of player. It's become pretty obvious to me. If things are not perfect, he's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
If there are expectations, he's discombobulated.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because I don't think he's wired that way. I don't think he's really
Correct.
built for that. The perfect situation was indeed Golden State. There is proof because it didn't happen in Brooklyn, because it didn't happen in Phoenix.
It didn't
just
happen.
didn't happen.
OKC.
Yeah.
Now
So
it's
he
not
needs,
happening.
and that's okay. But here we are. The expectation is to provide this offense for Houston, who needs it badly, and he can't do it. And now you have people blaming his teammates.
Mhm.
But he was brought here for a job, and he's not doing it.
Yeah.
So
very
my pushback is
cut.
to him
Yeah.
and what he can do for his team.
Mhm.
And he wasn't able to do that against the Lakers, who are without Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves.
Mhm.
The Lakers, who have a very elderly LeBron James. He's
Right.
very late in his career.
Right.
And the Lakers, Luke Kennard, Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, guys who I think are talented. And by the way, we'll talk about that later. The Lakers are absolutely more talented than people give them credit for.
Sure.
But they're basically saying, we're going to take the ball out of your hands, sir. Make a decision with the ball. Somebody else got to beat us.
Yeah.
And we're going to double, so you have to move on from the ball. And the most alarming thing, Bruce, he's 30 feet away from the hoop getting double teamed. And they can't find a way to get him the ball closer to the hoop.
Yeah.
They're not going to double team if he doesn't have the ball.
Mhm.
This is crazy to me.
Right.
Not only is KD part of this problem, Ime Udoka is part of this problem.
I was about to go
I just
there.
don't understand what their offense is. It doesn't
Mhm.
make any sense.
Man, a lot of great points there, Sneed. A lot to unpack. I think one of the major points here is they don't have a real point guard, which is why I'm wondering why they didn't go grab
And
Chris
he
Paul
needs
off the
it.
scrap heap.
And
Right.
he needs a real point guard.
Because you have KD running point, and that's clearly not working. So, you should have gotten one, right? You could have grabbed Chris Paul. You probably could have even grabbed, a Rondo, right? There's guys you could have grabbed, and not saying that they would have been their prime selves, but they would have been guys who can actually know.
The Sacramento Kings were just selling off their players.
Mhm.
All types of teams were open for business at the trade deadline.
Mhm.
Dennis Schroeder ended up going to Cleveland. If he was on the market, how could Houston have not have looked at him?
Yeah.
So
let me
Schroeder's
say
playing
this,
25 minutes a game in Cleveland, backing up Harden.
Right. So let me say this, man. I'm one of the people that fell for it, man. I drank the Kool-Aid. If you remember, when the trade happened last summer, I said, whoa. This
Because
to
they
me
could
puts
beat
the Rockets
Utah.
second in the
Because
East.
they could beat Sacramento. Because they
West.
could beat Washington. Because they could win 50 games. But now what?
Well, I just felt like the Rockets I felt like they were well coached. I felt like they were a quality defensive team, and all they were missing was that nuclear option in terms of scoring the basketball, a guy who is guaranteed to be able to get you a bucket when you need it, right? And clearly, KD hasn't necessarily been that for them all year. And again, they are missing a point guard. Shout out, Nino. They're definitely missing a point guard, and that helps a lot. But at this point now, if you are Ime Udoka, you have to figure out something to scheme to get KD the ball in better spots. Now, to the other point you talked about, I kept bringing it up. Guys like Steve, who love KD, and other KD fans said, well, of course you're going to bring up, when he played the Celtics, you're going to bring up the one bad playoff series. But we're seeing it again. To your point, KD cannot handle double teams. If you're Ime Udoka, right, why are you not sitting KD down? I don't know if he is or he isn't, but he should be sitting KD down and saying, here's what we did to you when we were throwing all these things at you in Boston. Here are some of the things you had difficulty with handling double teams. That would have better prepared him for what we're seeing here. And to this
Part of
point,
the issue, Bruce, KD seems like a guy who knows it all.
Well, he was
I don't think
they didn't need a coach, right? In Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I think he knows it all. I think he's the smartest guy in the room at all times. I don't think he's that type of person when it comes to the reception of the message.
Okay.
I don't think he receives it the right way in the sense of him processing the information as criticism that could help him improve. He views it as he gets defensive, and the criticism is hate, right? Hating, as they say.
Yeah. But I think that's probably because he feels like I spend so much time working on my game, working my skill set. I just want to hoop. Nobody can.
But how important is your shooting if you can't get to your spot?
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that's probably his mindset.
Yeah.
I spent so much time working on my game. I've scored so many buckets over the years. Very few people or teams have been able to keep me from getting to my spot. I'm not worried about it. But clearly, when you see teams and they're cooking up stuff for you, now we've seen it happen more than once, right?
Bruce, they're sending the double. They're sending the double on demand.
Go ahead.
They're not giving him 2 seconds. The double comes right away. He doesn't get a chance to process the locations on the floor. Where should I go? Where can I go? Where are my teammates? They go right away, and then he's
Okay, but here comes scheme problem, right? So if and I'm not gonna go X's and O's with it, but just hypothetically, if we're playing and I have the ball, and let's just, in another crazy world, I'm Kevin Durant, I'm some superstar player, and Sean is guarding me, and then they send Snead with the double team. Well, clearly I should be looking for the guy that Snead was defending, right? I should be looking for him for an open jumper, or he should be going back door, cutting to the basket, right? Something should be happening as soon as, and that seems like basic basketball to me, right?
But Bruce, he
your
keeps
man is
running
being guarded
out
by you, as soon as you leave, that person should be making a beeline back door for the basket or to the corner for the corner three.
But you're talking about what goes on like away from the ball. I'm just talking about where he's going to get the ball. He's going out to the 3-point line, 25, 30 feet away from the rim, where he can't hurt anybody.
Right.
It's very low risk for a player to be 25, 30 feet away. So he's gathering the ball there. Get your ass in the post. Get your ass to the nail. Go to the top of the key.
Elbow.
And
I like elbow,
just create optionality. Left and right side. There's your cut, Bruce. There's your baseline. There's your sideline action. There's a screen. Bruh, he's 7 feet tall with an incredible wingspan.
Which means he's
over everybody.
He over double team, Snead. Right? You should be able to see over the double teams at 7 feet tall.
How? Bro, I'm not better at basketball than any of these guys.
Right.
I'm not smarter than these coaches, but there's something happening in the game where they're just like not processing. But 2 games in a row, the Rockets have offensive problems. And one of them includes under 100 points for the Rockets against the Lakers team that is without its 2 best players. You couldn't muster 100.
Yeah, it's a problem.
And the Lakers, bro.
And we're gonna talk about the Lakers, and I got some stuff to say that may surprise some people.
9 turnovers, Bruce.
Yeah, no, there's no excuse for that.
There have been a few players this year that I remember that had 9 turnovers in a game. Joker and Luka. And I think LeBron had a 9 turnover game too.
Yeah.
These are ball dominant players that are clumsy and don't actually have great decision making all the time. He's not the highest order. He's not above reproach. He's a great offensive player. He's an all-time great offensive player. Fine, whatever. This is unacceptable.
True.
There's no way. We need to see an adjustment in game 3.
Yeah. And here's another question to your point, man. Udoka, he has to do better. JJ's coaching rings around him right now. And if we're
JJ's
honest,
sending a double team. It's not even complicated.
No, but he's not adapting.
He's not
adapting. So here's another thing I was thinking about though. Remember earlier I was saying that, hey, why didn't they go grab a point guard off the scrap heap to kind of run the offense for them. Even if not that, right? Why can't Udoka scheme up something? This is what I don't get. Like, and I heard, shout out to Mel from Man Down Sports. He said, when you have your best player, you want the possession to end with them, not necessarily always start with them, right?
Well, if your best player is your point guard, it starts and ends with them.
Well, okay, yeah.
Well, so it depends on
this is not Cade Cunningham. This is
not
Cade Cunningham.
Right,
so,
exactly.
Right. So, I mean, you've got to find some way to get KD off the ball and get him in spots where he can take advantage.
He's running to the ball 30 feet from the rim.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Bruce, again, I'm not even joking. You're better off with him off the ball in the corner.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. Because if they help off of the second guy, it's going to create a passing lane near the hoop.
Yes. So is this becoming a question of Kevin Durant's basketball IQ, him not knowing where to go when the double teams come?
Maybe some of that, but I think it's decision making. Okay. I think it's decision making. First of all, I don't know how you could say he's not prepared. They did this the last time they played them in the regular season, and it worked. So what did you think JJ was going to do?
Right.
I'm going to keep doing this until it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah. Did the scouts not cut up the film? Like, did you not
Bro,
watch?
A poor guy, a really, really poor man, has a small fishing boat. He will go back to the same place and catch fish every time if he keeps getting fish.
Right. No, this is true.
Why would he change his location?
Right.
Keep going. There's fish there.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not complicated.
No, not at all.
JJ is going to the same thing that's been working now 2 games in a row against an all-time great player. What?
Mm-hmm.
It's not complicated, man.
Not at all. No, totally get it. It's, I don't know. And you know what? Let me take a moment, Wax Museum time. Let me take a moment for all those people who say that KD would dominate in the 80s and 90s. Really? In the 90s, the real defensive era, really, he would dominate.
He'd be a different player.
That he would be good. He'd
be a different player, Bruce. Bruce, he'd be a different player.
Okay,
he'd be tougher. He'd be more resilient. Probably would have filled out more. He probably would have been more focused on some other things too. He probably would have worked on his handles more. He wouldn't have somebody doing everything for him, right? And he probably would have worked on his defense a little bit. He would have been a little sturdier.
I think maybe I always look at this wrong because I never get when they say if that player played in the 90s, right? Because I always wonder, do they mean if you took them as they were now or if they grew up in that era? Because I always look at it as, you have the people who are such fans of the modern game saying that today's players are so much more skilled. If you put them in the 90s, they would kill. For instance, I was watching a week or two ago, I was watching what's that show with Acho? Speakeasy. And was it Speakeasy? And the co-host was like, if you put KD in the 90s, no, it wasn't Speakeasy. I'm sorry, it was McAfee. He said if you put KD in the 90s, they'd think he was a witch because of the stuff he's doing. I'm like, really? Really? Like, are you serious?
These guys, it's all about hyperbole, man. It's all about hyperbole.
But what we're seeing though, and this is the second team to do it now. We've seen that when you get physical with him and when you throw double teams at him, he has a lot of trouble. Aren't those 2 hallmarks of 90s defense? Physicality and double teams?
Yeah.
Okay, just checking. So that whole he's a witch and they burn him at the stake, not so much.
Yeah, that's all a little bit extra. I mean, he'd still average 25, 30 a game. He's a good enough shooter to average 25, 30 a game.
I don't think he would because at 7 feet, they would want him to go into the post more. And he's not doing that against those post defenders back then. And I think, again, because of his body type, I think it would be very easy for him to get bumped off of his spot. Now, again, he does have a really special skill set, no doubt. But if we're seeing that he has difficulty with defense today, real defense applied to him today, I don't see it. 22 a game, 20 a game, sure.
I think he would be a little bit more adjusted than you're giving him credit for, but I do acknowledge he would have some struggles with certain players.
Well, Yeah, that's my thought on it. Anything else you got before we open up these phone lines?
Nah, man. Open up the phone lines. Y'all can cook KD. He deserves it. 9 turnovers in an embarrassing effort of a shorthanded Lakers team with a very elderly, aged star in LeBron. And you know what? We're going to talk about the Lakers in a second, but shout out to them, bro. And like I said, that team has more talent than people give them credit for.
They do. They do.
It's very disappointing to see people not willing to acknowledge that.
No, for sure. 904-219-8264, 904-219-8264. We would love to hear from you. Has KD been exposed? What's the deal with Kevin Durant? Sean, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Man, what's up? What's up, Bruce? What's up, Steve? How you doing?
What up, Sean? Good to see you, man. Thanks for calling in.
Man, KD makes LeBron James look good, man. I'm disappointed, man. I was like, I thought they were, I thought it would be like a first round, first one pitch, and then they could go to the second round while my Lakers could go straight to Cancun. Now, my Lakers are looking better. LeBron James is getting all this glaze from his freaking coat and the freaking media. I can't even hate on it, man. I can't even hate. Usually I could be say a lot of stuff, but I can't even hate, man. KD, man, listen. I mean, I already know from that time when he moved to Golden State that he was never that guy. Even though he won 2 every finals MVPs here and there, even though he has incredible scoring right around the time when that time when Draymond, the double agent comes in and say that we don't need you here.
Yeah.
We want with you and we want without you. And he actually he got misled. He should have stayed over there, but hey, he went to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, he got Kyrie Irving. He got a lot of these pieces. He got, I think, what's the other guy named Brandon? I forgot his player, but regardless, though, they have a very great team. They didn't even, first year, Peyton did not play because of his injury. But the second year, they could have gone to the finals, but KD stepped on that line. Third year, they got even better with bringing James Harden. What happened? Still no playoffs. And then for the past 4 more seasons, actually, he went to Phoenix. He went to this team. He went to that team. He became a journeyman for a guy who we should be known as a superstar. Now you're in the Houston Rockets. You have young talent. You have one of the best defenders in the freaking league. And yet you can't even stop a team that didn't have 2 of their best players. And you have a brittle 41-year-old man. I mean, I don't know. It's like I do a man on this, like, man. And also, this is also not only I'm disappointed in KD. It's also even disappointing when it comes to Ewing Udaka, because he's supposed to be, a top 5, top 6 coach. You know what I mean? Like, but he's getting out-coached by who reads in the source. You got out-coached by a guy that I have been complaining for about nearly 2 seasons. And yet, no adjustments. And people say, like, oh, man, he doesn't have enough help. No. I cannot say that. It's like the way that you guys, get complaints, get angry when Brock Sexton makes excuses. If he does not have that credit, neither is KD. KD got enough help for him to be out this Lakers team, and he didn't do it. So, whatever. But yeah, that's why I'm laying my plane at.
I appreciate the call, Sean. Thank you, brother.
All right, Sean.
Sean is hurting right now because he has to deal with something he doesn't want to deal with. Oh man, but I get it though. I get it. There are people who are going to make this unbearable in a couple of games. It's not good.
Well, they got, there's 2 games in Houston that are coming up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you can't be
Houston's gonna
completely
get one.
surprised if Houston wins both games.
I know they'll get at least one.
Well, I mean, they're still in a tough position if they split
sure.
in Houston, right? They'd be down 3-1 going back to LA for game 5. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
they really have to win both.
They're going to lose this series, Sneed. They got to win 4 out of 5, and they haven't shown that they're good enough to do it. They're going to lose this series.
I'm not convinced it's 100% certainty, but I think the likelihood is higher. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the likelihood is really high. Nino, what's good, brother?
What's up with y'all, man?
What up, Nino?
I was kind of hard on KD because I'm a basketball man, and I'm looking. Where I wanted to start at was KD questioning his leadership, right? Because I honestly believe if you swap Bron and KD.
Hello?
Yeah, I said that Houston will have the edge just off leadership. Because KD, for what we know, have not had to lead. He's not been able to really successfully lead Westbrook.
You there? You there?
Hello?
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, he couldn't tell Westbrook and OKC to, hey man, I'm the best scorer. You supposed to be the point guard. Get it done. He had Westbrook thinking they was on the same level.
Whoa. Nino, I'm gonna let you go, man. Something's going on with your connection. Nino, if you can clean up that connection, man, call us back. We want to hear what you have to say. That was weird. That sounded like a tugboat horn or something like that? That was. Nino, what's good, man? You there?
Yeah, man, hooked up to my phone. That way, hooked up to my truck.
Okay.
Yeah, but he couldn't tell. KD couldn't tell Kyrie and James Harden keep him kind of straight for them to get in line. He went to Westbrook, same thing. Only time we really seen him be able to thrive in a role is in Golden State, and we know he didn't have to be a leader. They already was a championship pedigree.
Right.
So, but Sneed said something, and you said something. Is KD's leadership IQ questionable? And I'm like, dang, it can't be, can it?
Why can't it be?
I don't know, but I ain't got no. I want to blame Ime.
Oh, he's a big part of it too.
It seems like KD should be able to. That's what. I don't know if that's leadership or IQ to be like, hey man, because I agree with Sneed 100%. KD shouldn't be trying to be Bron and Magic. He don't got that. We never seen him do that.
No,
that's not his thing.
No,
he should have been watching things like that, man. They should be watching Kobe and Jordan. It's the ball where y'all talking about catching it at. One dribble, pull up, fade away. Nobody can block that, KD.
Right.
But if we know this, and we don't get paid millions of dollars, the coach. Is that on the coach or is that KD somebody should know this?
Somebody.
Right?
You're telling me there's nobody on the coaching staff? Even if it's not the head coach, nobody can say, hey, coach, ABC. Nah, something's not right there.
Something ain't right because they playing a double team, right? But it's not a real, it's like they double teaming off a zone. So they double teaming and collapsing the paint for the cut. So the 3-point shooters are not real 3-point shooters. So that's why we're not seeing the pick and roll lead to baskets. They playing like a zone, but they doubling up high when KD get the ball. So the corners are open, but them not shooters. But if you do what y'all say and get KD the ball in that post-up spot and you double team, the cut gonna be wide open or the back or the back side.
Yep.
But they just giving KD the ball like that. He can't. I ain't gonna say that, bro.
Okay, it's either I gotta call it.
You right.
Either he's not seeing it, or that team is not being coached to react when it happens. Because Nino, you played ball, and I know when you see that double team coming, somebody's supposed to cut to the basket. Am I right?
Somebody got to cut to the
Okay. And normally it's the person whose man just left them to go double, right?
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Now, that usually will work.
Right.
But they not giving that up. They collapsing that. That's why that corner three is open, but it's a non-shooter. So they got no choice but to make KD, and like you said, Mayo said last night, KD needs to be the last one. When KD get the ball, he need to be going up for the shot.
Right.
He don't need to be having to dribble and think and pass. That's not
right. That's not him.
Man,
But
I
guess
hate
what,
the
though?
question KD IQ.
Guess what though, Nino? If that's the case, right? You get caught with a non-shooter in the corner. What does that mean? That means your offense needs more motion. It needs more movement. It needs more screening. And I'm not talking about high screening and roll. I'm talking about down screens and floppies. You need more movement on the backside, on the weak side, away from the ball,
They got no
so
movement.
that you don't
No
so you and a lot of NBA offenses don't. It's get the ball to your best player, high screen and roll, and let him make something happen. That's not real offense, right? And that's why Golden State was so successful for so long, you know? And that's why realistically the Lakers are having success now. They're running real offense. And to that point, and you know what? I'm gonna hold that. But yeah, it's disappointing what we're seeing.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up. I see the next topic, but I'm gonna leave off Steve.
No doubt, man.
If KD don't win this series, or at least make adjustments to his scoring, right? Because I got him number one per scorer, but it's more so off of talent and what his ability. But if he can't show up on these guys and Luke Kennard, and he don't know where the spots to get. I understand Kobe and
thank you.
It might have Field in the triangle. I do. It is a glitch. But AI, you know, if he don't know where to be, like Sneed said, I gotta drop him, man. He gotta go to third. He gotta go 3, man.
I don't think you have to drop him all time because of one game or one series. You may have had him misplaced for a long time.
I did. That's what I'm finna come to the conclusion, because I gave him a pass in Brooklyn because he was by himself.
Yeah.
But even in Brooklyn, when they played Boston, he was catching that ball out there, and then we were saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm like, man, when y'all say I can't take it, man. Y'all say I keep me. Oh man, I'm tuned in.
No doubt,
oh man.
No doubt, Nino. All right, man.
All right, Nino. Good call, man.
Yeah, it's. But you know what though? Quick side note. One. How can anybody in their right mind say KD is the best pure scorer of all? That's just silly. That's just silly.
I think they're enamored by his really good shooting.
Okay, but he's missing the post game.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, we see that there are defenses that can contain him. When realistically, are there any defenses that could really contain Kobe or Mike? And then they're going to say, well, they had Phil in the triangle, but both of those guys' best scoring years were outside of the triangle. So that can't be the excuse, right?
Right.
Melo didn't play in the triangle, and Melo was a monster, right?
Right.
Yeah, come on, man. Let's stop. Let's stop. I hate this, man.
Nah, I get it, bro. I just think some people get
not great.
I think people just get wrapped up in the moment. Like, he's here now, he's doing great things, and you know, he's at an advanced age and he can still proficiently score. So people are just caught in the moment, Bruce.
No. Especially, I can see it if you're 30 and under. Fine, you got that. If you're older than 30, no, you don't get to say that. That's absurd. No, it just is. It just is. All right, let's go ahead, Sneed. Let's get to the final topic. And I'm going to let you run with this one as well. I will chime in where I get in where I fit in, pause. I will chime in where I see fit. And I know you have a lot to say here as well, man. So I've been looking forward to it.
Hey, man, the Lakers are jumping out to a 2-0 lead to start this NBA playoffs.
Right.
They're without their best two offensive weapons. They have kind
It
of
was last night, by the way. Sorry.
what's that?
It was last night.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm losing track of the nights, man.
Yeah, me too.
The Lakers are doing some things really solid right now. I think they're overachieving based on the conditions, right? With losing their best two offensive players. Thrusted into a situation where basically you have to start playing differently because all year you've been playing through Luka, you've played through Austin Reeves. LeBron has been the third string, right? Or I should say the third option. Now he gets kind of put back into a situation where he's becomes like a ball dominant player again, his traditional role that he's had for most of his career. And the Lakers, the supplemental guys, the guys that are around him, are knocking down shots and they're playing good basketball. I think, Bruce, that they're playing a brand of basketball that works for this collection of talent.
Sure.
Right? It doesn't work as well when they try to do the same group of guys with Luka, right? Like so what I'm saying is they're finding a way that works for them to beat their opponent. Now, before I go all the way and just say, the Lakers are amazing, they're not. They're not amazing. They're a fun team to watch right now because of the situation, the circumstance. It's fun to watch a team who's playing with house money, seemingly, and to overachieve and to get some wins. The truth is the Rockets' offense is atrocious. What's winning the Lakers these games is defense. Their offense is they're scoring 101 yet last night, and I think 105 the night before. They're not scoring 125 points a game against the Rockets. No. They're scoring about 101, 103, whatever, 105, whatever it was. If this was a different opponent, let's call it a competent offense. Pick your poison in the Western Conference. If they were playing the Minnesota Timberwolves, they would be down 0-2. They would have lost both games by double digits if they were playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. If they were playing the Nuggets, if they were playing the Thunder, if they were playing the Spurs, these would be double-digit losses. They would be games where the Lakers probably wouldn't be scoring 100 points, and they would be games where their opponents would definitely be scoring over 100 points. So as much as I would like to celebrate and say, it's nice to see the Lakers doing this, they're playing good basketball, the opponent matters. I am concerned that people are going to think that now all of a sudden the Lakers are really playoff contenders.
Right.
They aren't necessarily playoff contenders. They're playing nicely given the circumstances. I want to give props to LeBron because I think he's playing great.
Yes.
I want to give props to Luke Kennard because I think he's shooting the lights out. I want to give props to Jake LaRavia for his hustle plays and Marcus Smart for impacting the game on both sides. And DeAndre Ayton for finding his moments and Rui for knocking down shots and Vando for finding a way to play into the game. I want to give these guys some credit, but I know that when these guys play the Wolves and I know that when they play the Nuggets, these games would be ugly. And they wouldn't be ending with Lakers dubs.
Well, let me say this, Need. I don't know the way you know that those series would be ugly. I don't know that I see that. And let me say this, and there's no what's the word I'm looking for? All right, let me say this, man. I want to shout out LeBron first and foremost, right? Everybody who knows this channel knows I'm not a LeBron guy, but I want to shout him out for the way that he's been playing at the very least through the first two games of this series. And realistically, kind of to end out the season in the absence of the two big guns for the Lakers. He has really been playing well. Now, could part of that be the fact that he has been, as a third option, able to rest for the majority of the season and not have to expend too much in order to have something for this time now? Yeah, that could be it. But he really is playing well. And in fairness, we just spent the segment talking about KD's lack of leadership, KD's possible lack of basketball intelligence, Ime Udoka's lack of scheme and coaching. And we got to talk about all the opposite here, right? So one, we talk about LeBron's basketball intelligence last night. Rui, 13 points. Marcus Smart, 25 points. He's been AWOL pretty much all year. First two games in this series has played really well.
Luke Kennard, he was injured at the end of the year, Bruce.
Oh, that too. Yeah. But he still hasn't had a great year on the whole.
Oh, no. Hold on a second, bro. Marcus Smart in the month of March was the reason they ripped off those 15 games. I know Luka was knocking down crazy shots, and I know the team was doing well. Marcus Smart was the catalyst. That was the reason why the Lakers are winning in March.
Sure, but for the bulk of the year, it wasn't that good, is what I'm saying. But regardless of that, Marcus Smart, what did he have last night? Where were we? He had 25 last night. Luke Kennard has 23 last night. So you're seeing LeBron with, he had his 3 turnovers, but that's not unreasonable for a guy who's got the ball as much as he does. 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 28 points on solid shooting, 2 of 5, 40% from 3, like playing really good basketball. And what you're also seeing is the difference, fair or unfair, in leadership between LeBron and KD, right? And part of that could be because LeBron physically just can't do it himself the way he once could. So he has to be more of a elder statesman, a grandfather. He's got to be different in the way he handles his teammates and the way he works with them. So it could be that. But on the whole, man, he is playing, I think, really, really good basketball. And it's good to see. And it's good for the Lakers, which is in turn good for the NBA. So I want to give a shout out there. I want to give a shout out to the way that JJ Redick, at least in this series, once again, is out-coaching Udoka. So there's something to be said for that. To be coaching this way, again, minus your 2 big guns. So I don't know that if they were playing somebody else that it would be ugly. Clearly, they're not up 2-0 if they're playing Minnesota.
What do you mean you don't know?
Bro, I know that if they're playing the Spurs,
who would they be double teaming like this? Who would they be double teaming off of?
They're getting run out of the building from you, right?
Okay, Denver. Yeah. Who would they be double teaming off of?
Who would they be double teaming?
Who would they be double teaming off of? Like, who are they going to leave open to double team whoever on the Nuggets?
That's a good question. I guess
I really don't want to have to cook you right now, Bruce. I really don't, bro.
Well, I don't. It depends on
the
what they're
Minnesota
winning, right?
Timberwolves, the Denver Nuggets are running these Lakers out of the gym. These Lakers aren't rebounding, Bruce.
I know.
They're making 52% of their shots. That will not sustain.
No, it won't. No, it won't. But to say that anybody else in the West that they play is
bro,
not
you got YD trolling again with the burner account, bro, in the live chat. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy.
No, I don't think, and I hate to say this, I don't know if you're giving the Lakers enough credit. And we'll find out next round because
I'm giving the Lakers credit. They're playing great, but when I look at the game, I
said enough. I don't know whether you're giving them enough credit.
Bruce, if the opponent's different, the terms change.
Of course.
The matchups change.
Of course.
The Rockets can't shoot. And KD can't get over a double team. The Rockets are dysfunctional right now. They've been dysfunctional since KD blew up the team with the burner account.
Right.
It's not the same. The Timberwolves are running them out of the gym. The Rockets, they're not the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves are a team. Players with defined roles, with shooters. The Spurs, the Thunder, the Nuggets. The Nuggets are running them out of the gym.
I'm gonna have to see that. I will give you. I'll give you the
Lakers
Spurs
credit, but I can't see.
Spurs and the Thunder.
The rebound differential was like 5 and. The Nuggets wouldn't run them out of the gym.
I don't know that they would. I really don't know that.
Think about the matchups, Bruce. Where are they going to get the points from?
I'm really going to have to see that. No, I'm serious.
What I'm serious about,
I'll tell you,
I got to deal with Christian Brown. I got to deal with Peyton Watson, Jamal Murray, Cam Johnson.
Can't even count on Jamal
Aaron Gordon.
I think where Aaron Gordon brings the problem is the defensive matchup. You put him on LeBron, and I think that causes problems. I think, but we'll talk about that when it comes. For right now, I think we got to give the Lakers their due and what LeBron is doing.
The Lakers are the funnest team in the playoffs right now to root for because they're playing with house money.
Well, I wouldn't root for
Their
them,
back
but
is up against it. Everybody counted them out. This is fun to
Sure.
root for the Lakers.
Sure.
And it's fun to see LeBron getting wins at 41 in the play. This is cool, bro. This is good.
Sure.
But I'm not playing this game where they're beating the Nuggets or the Wolves.
I didn't say they're beating them. I didn't say that. But as we're talking here, here's the thing. I don't know Transformer, but we'll see. But I wanted to play this clip, man, because I get frustrated sometimes, and this is the part that I was worried about, right? I don't see the Rockets coming back and winning this series because they have to win 4 out of 5 games, and they haven't shown me enough to make me believe they can do that. Now, if they do, great, but I don't see it happening. But this clip I'm about to play is what I was concerned about should the Lakers win this series. Here's our favorite guy, Stephen A. Smith, and let's hear what he has to say about LeBron and the Lakers.
I think that even though Michael Jordan will always be my GOAT, LeBron James has made the greatest case for GOAT status this year because of the exceptional play that he's put forth at age 41 in his 23rd year and repeatedly doing whatever it takes. It's not about a 27 or 28 point per game performance or a 25 point per game average over a stretch. It's about a guy that's going to be on the Mount Rushmore of basketball for NBA annals, willing to defer himself and being a third option when necessary, a second option when necessary, a number 1 option when necessary, a center when necessary, a power forward when necessary, a point forward or a point guard. Whatever it is that you need LeBron James to do, he has done this year. So for me, saying he's the big storyline tonight is just par for the course. It is what it is.
So look,
Stephen A. Smith is a real life cartoon.
He really is. So here's the thing. Y'all heard me, the guy who is in no way a LeBron guy, giving LeBron credit for what he's doing. Y'all heard me, the guy who's the diehard lifelong Celtics fan, giving the Lakers credit for what they're doing. But remember, what was it, about a week ago when we did the Kendrick Perkins segment, when he was talking about if LeBron, well, I can't even do that ridiculous mush-mouth voice, but when we were talking about, when he was talking about how if LeBron and the Lakers win this series, he doesn't want to hear anything else about the GOAT argument. And I said, this is the part that I would be afraid of, that if that came to fruition, you would hear all these idiots saying now that because LeBron won some first round series, that he's the GOAT. And we're already hearing it. I'm like, come on, please stop. What would Mike say? Stop. Get some help.
Get some
help. This is just, I mean, the absurdity, the absolute absurdity. I just, oh man.
I'm telling you, at some point, all of y'all are gonna have to get over these stupid, silly GOAT debates. This figment of your imaginations, this thing that a GOAT exists. You guys are gonna give up one day. And you're gonna want to stop being slave to your silly position about GOAT this and GOAT that. You'll see. It's gonna happen.
I do believe there's a GOAT. I just don't think there's a debate. I think there's two different
One day
things.
you're gonna realize you're wrong and there's no such thing.
Nah, I disagree, but that's fine. Yeah, so that's the frustration I have, and believe me, it's coming. And you're gonna hear it from Shannon, and you're gonna hear it from Nick Wrong, and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. But we ready to open up these phone lines here, Sneak?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Let's do it. We're gonna take some calls on this, and then we are gonna get you guys out of here so you can enjoy the OKC game, because I guess depending on who you are, all might be right again in Detroit, because they finished smacking around Orlando tonight.
Anybody want to care to tell me what happened?
Look, nobody said Orlando was going to win the series. We did say we were surprised.
No, I'm talking about the folks that were in here panicking after the last game, and that were panicking in the live chat, talking about the Magic going to win the series. Where are they at?
Yeah, come on, I don't know. What's up, Sean?
Hey, but Steve, This is why I can't say positive things to him, man. Because of stuff like this. When I give him credit, and then they glaze it up. Just like that. I'm like, damn, bro.
What kind of knee pads you need, bro?
Bro, forget about the knee pads. They need a towel. They need a mat. They probably need some type of chauffeur. Because the way I'm seeing it, they're trying to cleanse it. They're overdoing it, bro. I'm like, damn, okay, fine. He did have a better performance than KD. All right, fine. But you guys overdo it. They overdo it. Like, damn, bro. Like, yeah, man, LeBron, he having a pretty great series right now. Man, LeBron's the GOAT. Look at him. Look what he's doing. He's the oldest player that has 25, 7 assists, and 4 breaks on the lane. No one ever had that stuff on. That's the type of stuff that's annoying me. And you guys have no sense of humility. I'm like, damn, okay. Like, damn. Like, how much more you guys are going to glaze them up? Like, what? How much? I don't even think that's that much glazing in life. How much? If we glaze someone, we glaze someone who's winning. Hey, we glazing someone who's in the first round in the playoffs.
Yep.
Whatever, man. Like, man, whatever. I can't even hate right now, but I have something to hate now because of stuff like this. Overdoing it. Like, chill. You know what I mean? I give him praise. You know what I mean? KD looking trash. But damn, man, don't overdo it, man. Like, calm down with the glaze. I mean, fine, glaze them. But don't overglaze it. Like, I'm talking about double dip glaze. Don't do that type of stuff that you guys usually do when you're going way overboard. Like chill with that. I get it, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? He's doing good for his age. Fine. Just don't overdo it. I'm done, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you call it. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of this crap. Like, damn.
It's okay,
Sean going through it, bro. He just hung up.
Sean had to let loose. What did Skip say? He had to unleash. Oh, my goodness. That's funny.
Yo, real talk, bro. Skip is the worst.
Yeah, Skip is
the worst. Oh, snap. What up, Transformer?
This dude came with the Hugh Hefner? Really? That's what we do?
That's a fleece, bro.
The Transformer is here. The Transformer has arrived. Ring the bells. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom.
Here we go.
Hand salute. Ready to. You know who also has 2? The Lakers.
Yeah.
2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Looking good. Now, I'm
They
not
going to win the series, Transformer?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's over.
Okay.
It's over.
Agreed.
It's over.
Yo.
It's over. And I'm going to get to that in a moment. But let's put a pin in that Stephen A conversation.
Sure.
This ain't got nothing to do no damn GOAT debate, bro.
No, it doesn't. The reason I played that is because remember I said that was the problem that I would have with the Lakers winning. Not just the Lakers winning, but the foolishness that would follow. Okay.
This is complete idiocracy, buffoonery, blasphemy,
Tom chicanery.
That's
tomfoolery plus chicanery.
You know what I mean? What are you talking about, Stephen A? I'm having thought like it gets further in the GOAT debate. Why?
Transformer. He's literally a cartoon. He's a human cartoon, bro.
He is. But he knows what he's doing. It works.
He's a meme.
But he has made 100 lots of millions of
lots
dollars.
Lots of dough.
He knows he got it figured out.
This whole clickbait media freaking ordeal about this GOAT status thing is just bleeding my ears dry. There's no more blood that can come out of my ears. They're bleeding them dry. Snead was right on point. There is what debate? What are we talking about? Can we acknowledge the man is playing right now in his own era and just call it that? He's playing good basketball right now. Great, bravo, LeBron.
Right now, transform.
Great basketball right now.
Mm-hmm. I got nothing to say. Right? Much as I'd like to, I have nothing to say.
And the real thing is that Sean is quiet. When you can shut up, Sean, you're doing good.
What's up, YD?
Boy, you're doing good.
What's up, Miss Flanagan, or whatever the that's it.
Y'all stop it. Y'all stop it, man.
Oh man.
But listen, man.
YD came in late. The one day I had no criticism for LeBron, and he came late.
And
next time, follow my lead and just ask Mrs. Flanagan.
Stop. Transform again, bro.
First of all, YD, go back and listen to Sean's first call. He had nothing to say. So YD, you'll be 100% happy. Miss Flanagan, whoever, either one of you guys are going to be happy with what Sean had to say in the first call. The second call, yeah, Sean was already pissed off by Stephen A. That's fair. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. The Lakers right now, Steve couldn't say it any more perfect.
Mm-hmm.
This matchup against the Rockets is the perfect matchup for the current Lakers team.
That's true.
It's a perfect matchup because defensively, they have one mission. Now, obviously, JJ Redick, LeBron James, they saw what happened in Brooklyn. They know how to get to KD.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to shut him out. And the problem with the Rockets is they don't have a second guy. Sengun has gone missing.
Well, he had 20 and 11 last night.
It was a hard 20.
Yeah,
it was like it wasn't a cool 20. It was like
when they needed the points. Was he able to provide?
Nah, he's not that guy.
No, he hasn't been able to perform.
They called this fool Baby Joker last year, bro.
No, well,
in the top of the year, he looked amazing.
And the reason they said that,
but this is why we can't fall victim of the moment, early, bro.
Well, hold on, Sneed. If you look at their career progression, it's oddly almost identical. So, like, he's
what are you talking about? Joker has a championship and 3 MVPs, and he probably deserves 4.
Sneed.
I said that. I got cursed out.
If you look at, he didn't. If you look at where they were at the same points in their career, it's almost identical. That's why people said Baby Joker. And there is a somewhat similar play style. Not identical, somewhat similar. I'm not saying, look, anyway, just go ahead.
Right.
It's not, trust me.
I don't even know where I was, but I'm going to pick up on DeAndre Ayton. Good job, brother.
Yeah.
Jackson Hayes. Good job, brother. They are taking Sengun out.
Rui?
Their main mission, and Rui is fronting Sengun a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Vanderbilt, in his couple of minutes, get on Sengun. Push him out of the paint. Push him to a spot where he's uncomfortable. Sengun has been uncomfortable all series.
Yeah.
And that makes KD even more uncomfortable. Because he's like, bro, I can't even get you the ball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't even get you the ball. So KD is put in this awkward predicament to where the world is now realizing he is a horrible floor general. He is a horrible playmaker. He is a horrible guy to have the ball in his hands at any point in the game where the shit gets rough. He's not 27 years old no more. You're 36, 37? He's up there. 36, 37.
KD?
KD's up there now.
37.
Yeah. He's not that quick flash, can get by you, dribble, pull up like he used to. And people are understanding. You put a body on KD, he's going to struggle. And you put a body on him as he's trying to make a pass, he's going to struggle even worse because that's not KD's forte. If you look at what he had in OKC, he had Westbrook to handle the ball, to facilitate, to playmate, right?
Mm-hmm.
He goes to Golden State. Who has the ball? Draymond Green, Steph Curry, pick and roll.
Yeah,
KD didn't have to have the ball. He goes to Brooklyn. He has Kyrie, Harden.
Mm-hmm.
Those guys can have the ball. KD is a great catch and shooter. He can give you a bucket at any point in time, but you can't double KD because you got Kyrie with the ball in his hands, right? He then goes to Phoenix. Who was the point guard?
They didn't really have one, but Booker and Beal a lot, but still they didn't.
Booker and Beal were both 2 guards. They tried to put Bradley Beal at the point guard, and Bradley Beal is not a point guard.
No.
He's a 2 guard.
No, right.
He shoots.
Right.
Now, he was getting assists, and this is where me and Eddie clashed it. Well, he was averaging 7 assists. Bro, that's not the point. There's a difference between being
but
a
you wouldn't
ball.
say that the offense
he's a
ran
problem.
well that way.
Huh?
The offense didn't run well that way.
Exactly. That's my point. There's a difference between being a floor general and getting the team assists versus just getting assists, period. Because that's I got to. I mean, who else is going to feed you guys the ball? Then he comes over to Houston. And I said it at the beginning. I said before the season, Houston Rockets are on one. But that all ended the moment Fred VanVleet went out.
You sure said that.
That all ended for me.
And they never replaced
Figured it
him.
out.
Yeah.
They never figured it out. You had opportunities to get Chris Paul. You had opportunities to get Jose Alvarado. You had opportunities to get I think Dennis Schroeder was available at one point. You could have got so many just decent point guards, somebody to just at least facilitate and get the ball out of KD's hands. Now you're stuck in a situation where you got nobody to give the ball to, nobody to control the tempo, nobody to facilitate, nobody to play make, and you're trying to give it to KD when we saw what happened in Brooklyn. Ime Udoka, you coached that team.
And that was what, 4 years ago? 5 years ago?
Yeah, about 5 years ago. Yeah,
that's 5 years ago, KD.
5 years ago. So that means he's 32. You're in your prime still.
Right.
So that's what's so ugly and so easier for the Lakers to control, because Marcus Smart is doing one hell of a freaking job by just making everything physically tough, physically waning on KD. And KD can't take it. In his post-conference interview, KD said, yeah, they're double teaming me all game. He's like, and they're double teaming me from the half court. If I'm in the corner, they're double teaming me. If I'm in the post, they double teaming me. If I'm at the 3-point line, they're double teaming me. Duh.
Transformer, they're double teaming him when he has the ball.
Yes. The moment he gets the ball, they're sending it.
So why aren't they starting him out on the baseline? Why aren't they sending him off on a screen? Why aren't they sending him off on the nail? A little bit, elbow by the free throw line. He keeps running to the 3-point line 25, 30 feet to come get the ball, and then the double team is on.
Sneed, you're right. However, who's bringing the ball up? That Ime Udoka hasn't figured out that problem. He's not playing Reed Shepherd.
Yeah,
he hasn't figured that part out. Who can bring the ball up to then
handle the pressure, the playoff pressure?
So now you have a serious issue, and now you're trying to trust it in the KD to handle all of this, the playmaking, the scoring, the and getting everybody involved. That's not KD's. That's never been KD's forte.
Not at all.
Right.
That's never been his forte.
Not at all.
So the Lakers and LeBron looking at JJ Redick like, oh, rinse and repeat, because they can't do nothing.
Right.
They can't. They're not shooting particularly well. They've outshot us by 17 shots per game.
Attempts.
In attempts. That's what I'm saying. Attempts per game and losing. Not even getting to 100 points.
And the Lakers are losing the glass battle.
By a lot. By offensively, we're getting killed on the offensive glass. Getting killed. But the Lakers are shooting unordinarily efficient. They're second right now in field goal percentage. They're first in 3-point percentage. All quality shots. If you look at the way LeBron and Luke Kennard are really just divvying out everything, every shot is a quality look.
Yeah,
it's a clean look. Like, hey, we're not taking no bad shots, no forcible shots. We're taking clean shots, and we're getting back on defense. We miss, get back on defense. Don't even worry about it. We'll come back, and we're going to hound KD, and we're going to come back.
They're holding the Rockets to one shot.
One shot?
They're holding them to one shot. If they miss, it's over. Then they're going back the other way.
They're going back the other way, and we're running a break. The high screen and roll, when Sengun is in the game, Sengun is lost. When KD is on LeBron, KD is lost. They don't understand that pick and roll. That's not KD's forte.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give KD some of that the credit for those problems. But Ime Udoka's got some coaching he needs to do. If he's going to give his team a chance, there are a few things that he critically has to address.
Absolutely.
If he's going to give his team a chance.
Absolutely.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be hard for them to overcome it. I'm just saying, give your team a chance.
Yeah. I mean, you got to win 4 out of 5 now. I don't see you doing that against this team. And now Austin Reeves can possibly come back in game 6.
But it would start by winning the 2 in Houston.
Yeah.
Then we could start having a conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, get one in Houston,
if they get one in Houston, it's over in 5.
Game 3 is a must win.
Must win.
Must win. Game 4, another must win. If the Lakers get one of them games, it is over.
It's over in 5. They're going to win it in LA. Yeah.
Because
no doubt.
You guys got no answer for the defense. Now defensively, Houston Rockets were one of the top ranked teams in defense. And the Lakers are shooting crazy. Crazy. And this is what I said. I think I said this a month earlier. The Lakers are a decent 3-point shooting team. Now they're looking good. You know why? Because Luka's not there. Luka takes about 11, 12 threes a game.
Crazy.
The volume is crazy. Yeah. He brings down the 3-point percentage. They're shooting 48.9% from 3.
I seen Luka open up a game one time, 1 for 9 from 3.
Bro, airing him out.
And ended it like 4 of 17 or something outrageous.
Airing it out. He don't care, bro.
They play differently when Luka's in the game. You know, it's true. It's a different.
It's true.
Like
JJ
Redick. Yeah. JJ Redick can easily convince his guys, let's move the ball.
Yeah.
Let's move the ball. Open shot, take it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Absolutely.
You see this.
So, LeBron the best, but it's not because of this series. LOL. Hey, well, I'll tell you this. Father Time and LeBron are beefing hard. Him and Father, this man windmilled last night. Did y'all see that?
Oh, the reverse dunk?
The reverse windmill? Him and Father Time, they beefing. Because, like, Father Time can't touch LeBron right now. This is like the East Coast, West Coast beef. They got to travel. And so far, it is not touching LeBron. LeBron could possibly play another 2 to 3 years, and that's going to piss a lot of people off, including Bruce.
I got to admit, bro, I've been enjoying these 2 games. Bron's looked great.
He's
looked really good, man. He's doing all the right things, playing the right way.
Making the right decisions.
The team's in sync. It's good, bro. It's
and
really
you notice
good.
what I haven't seen, Bruce? I haven't seen one flop. This one, you know, LeBron is locked in.
Hey,
LeBron has been locked in.
Did you see that moment yesterday when
Cody the push off when LeBron had to push off? He was
remember they yanking his arm, bro, and he nailed that 3
and came in, hit the 3. He pissed LeBron off. Sengun was in no man's land when he picked up LeBron on that switch. He was like, "Oh, wait a minute."
Now there was a time when Bron used to just laugh at that and still hit the 3, but he was actually angry. He was
actually pissed off.
I think he was more pissed that the ref wouldn't call it,
calling the foul. Yeah.
Oh my god!
You know, right now, man. I mean, the Lakers. This is the perfect matchup for the Lakers. They're gonna get cooked by OKC. They would have got cooked by Denver. It would have probably been closer for Minnesota, but Minnesota would have had the advantage. And obviously, we know what Spurs would have done to him. But they couldn't have been in a better situation by playing the Rockets, because the Rockets are just getting out coached, they're getting outplayed, they're getting out schemed, they're getting out defended, they're getting out everything except the rebounding is what the Rockets are doing.
But they're shooting so poorly that the rebounding isn't helping them.
It ain't even helping.
Because they're just putting up more bricks.
Bro, I mean, because the Lakers defense is sound. You got Luke Kennard like just running around like a rabbit. You got Jake LaRavia had 5 fouls in the third quarter. JJ said, keep running. JJ Redick got trusted all them boys like, hey, nah, hound them, use them, foul them, because they can't do nothing, and they're going to be physically exhausted by the time they get to that fourth quarter. And Sengun has been getting worked. DeAndre Ayton has been working him. Now, I want to see a better offensive game out of DeAndre Ayton, especially going to Houston, because, you know, they're going to have home court advantage. They're going to get opportunities. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's going to get his opportunities.
I definitely want to see a bigger game from DeAndre Ayton, but hey, right, it's ugly in Houston. Houston, they got a real problem. Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we are. I was waiting for Transformer. He came in and he.
Okay, I was gonna say. I mean, yeah. Those Transformers got some good points, and I bet you some people want to probably offer, you know, their whatever they want to say. Yeah.
All right, I want to let him have his time to cook, though.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, Transformers cooking, man. He knows. He knows. He might be the only guy that watches more Lakers action than I do.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a hard bet.
Actually, it might be.
You probably got me by 2 games.
And you better stop disrespecting Denver, Bruce. You're tripping, bro. I think Eddie's right about you, bro.
Who's disrespect? All right. Okay.
Disingenuous, bro.
What's up, Chief?
Everybody put disingenuous in the chat for Bruce.
Oh, God.
I got an old Coming America saying, "Is that Velvet on the road? Is that
Right.
What is that, velvet?
What is that? Velvet?
Beautiful.
What is that?
That's
Velvet?
No doubt.
But you know what? As a Lakers fan, I'm enjoying these 2 wins. Let me tell you about how petty Mr. Bruce is, and I see why Eddie be getting mad.
What did I do?
No, do you not know,
Yeah.
shipmate Steve? Man, when AR and Luka went down, this man sent me the injury report before Sean Saranga got it, and he was
Damn.
laughing. He was smirking. Oh yeah, he
I did.
he did.
Bro, he did an Indian rain dance right before that injury report came out.
But you know what? I'm glad he did, because the Celtics lost and we won 2 in a row.
That's right.
It backfired on us.
It did.
Yeah, I know that hurt his soul.
Hey,
And then the fact they got cooked too. It was like damn.
yeah. Beat the A out here. You know?
No, but I'm enjoying. And then I knew it. I said, "There's Sean. He doesn't say nothing. The band playing great. You just gotta like." He had to eat it. He not gonna say nothing. He had to eat it. So my night has been made, brothers. My night has been made.
See, this is what I talk about. This is what I talk about. So because he didn't play against OKC, this is why he's doing this, huh?
It's irrelevant.
Thank you.
That was 2 weeks
he didn't
ago.
play the
It's
games.
irrelevant.
Hey, let me tell you something.
That
Okay.
BS, man. But go
Hey, you
ahead.
know what? Knowing Bruce Hope, he gonna come up with something, and somebody from OKC finna go down. He gonna vex them too. So keep it up, Bruce.
Ooh,
No,
don't let that happen.
No. Man, listen. Did I not sit here and give LeBron all his props?
He did.
Not 1 ounce of criticism because he doesn't deserve it.
No. You shoot it.
There you
You
go.
know what? You tried to you tried to be slick and kick us when we down and try to stop on us. That's what that man does, man. Hey man, I was like, our 2 best players are down. We're not expected to. We weren't expected to win any game.
Right.
Period. So if somebody was on DraftKings and got these 2 games, they just made them a lot of money.
For sure.
Yeah, but that's about it. I'll keep it real short, but
No doubt.
keep
Chief.
on vexing, Bruce.
Yeah, whatever, man. Appreciate the call, brother. All right, Chief.
You know what's important for Bron in the series so far? What I've been impressed with. 5 turnovers in 2 games. I
big.
live with that, bro. If I'm the
Absolutely.
Lakers,
That's
That's a primary ball handler?
because
Absolutely.
Luka would be getting 6 a game. You know, AR would be getting 4 a game. LeBron's got 5 in 2 games. 2.5. I work with that, bro.
Right. What up, Bruce?
What's going on? How y'all boys feeling tonight?
Maintaining, man.
Good, brother.
Right. That's good, brother. I must say this, man. JJ Redick coaching the F out this team, man.
Yeah.
I've been here. I heard Sneeze say something about if the Lakers get past this first round, Minnesota will destroy them. Denver will destroy them. I doubt that. It might win the series, but I doubt they'll destroy because you know what you're doing to me. You underestimating the power of team chemistry right now, and especially defensive chemistry. What I seen last night, the Lakers are getting back. They hustling back. They scrapping. They communicating on D.
Bruce. Before you finish, if we were to make it to the next round, are you assuming that we get Luka and Austin back? And
Now,
are you just saying like with LeBron and these Lakers, we would have not got cooked by Denver or Minnesota?
We wouldn't have got cooked by these Lakers with the chemistry they playing with defensively. Then I'm talking about how they getting back on defense. Even Braun, they scrapping, they scrappy.
Yo.
Then shout out to Marcus Smart.
Nah,
he definitely deserves his due.
He don't deserve nothing.
He's trying to be the next Rondo.
No, he's not.
He's making the team click defensively. He's hustling. He's a honey badger out there. He was giving them problems last night, man. Pushing up on them, right? 3/4 quarter court. Some whole court. He was pushing up on guys.
Man, we're not trying to hear all this, man. Go ahead.
All right, man. I'm just saying.
Nah, I'm just messing with you. Go ahead, brother.
They say, damn, brother.
Nah. I was just messing with you because Marcus Smart was a Celtic.
Hey, man. I'm just saying what I'm talking about. What I'm saying defensively, those guys are back. They're scrappy right now defensively.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I'm saying. And they're giving Kate. Everybody keep talking about Kate. They're giving Kate. Give credit to the Lakers defense. They giving KD issues.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever. Give that Lakers coaching staff some credit.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever the assistant coaches, even JJ Redick, whoever behind him, those guys, they coaching them up defensively. They getting back. I'm seeing the effort, and that can take you a long way. Hard work always beat talent. I don't see a Minnesota destroying the Lakers with this team right here. Not saying they'll get Luka or Austin Reeves back, but right now, how they playing defensively, communicating on both sides of the ball the right way. Luke Kennard, obviously JJ gave him the green light. Man, shout out to man, Rui a bucket. Rui is a bucket.
Rui been a bucket.
He's a bucket.
Yeah,
he a bucket. Luke, they got guys that can get buckets. They playing hard. Those big guys playing hard, but Rui is very important. Man, Marcus Smart is the thing that's making this thing go defensively. I'm impressed. I truly am. I thought Houston will give these guys more problems than what they're giving them. Obviously, them not having a true point guard is affecting them.
Mm-hmm.
But give Houston, give JJ Redick and that coaching staff some credit.
Mm-hmm.
They playing good ball. And another thing about Ray Lander playing, Ray, get off. When Luka and AR not there, the ball's not sticking. The ball is popping. It's popping. The ball is moving. And right now, JJ got those boys playing defensively. So you already know what they say. Defense wins championships. I'm not saying they're going to win a championship, but hey, their hard work on defense is coming to fruition, and they up 2-0. And we shall see, man. And other than that, boys, thanks for letting me call in.
Absolutely, bro. Good down.
All right.
Young disciple, call back, man. I see you. Call back.
And Luke Kennard, if we don't re-sign him to a 3-year deal, then me and Marky gonna have some serious problems.
I think you will, and it's not going to cost that much. I think it's a very solid pickup.
Better get re-signed to a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Better.
He's earning it.
That man is balling out.
Yeah, he's earning it.
Balling out.
Yeah. Young disciple.
Rui too. Rui got to stay too. Yeah, keep Rui. Rui and of course Luke. Keep them.
Oh.
Everybody else, they're free to go.
So we got talent on the roster?
Shut up.
Oh.
Shut up, Sneak. But we're finally seeing what JJ Redick can do without, all of his weapons.
Yeah.
We're finally seeing it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This is interesting. I expected OKC to kind of
is that game
open up this game a little by now. It's 42-36 with just under 9 minutes left in the first half.
I was about to say first quarter. God damn, they balled out. It's NBA Jam.
Wow.
No, man, this is.
I'm trying to get this YD call, man. Call us back, young disciple. We see you. Yeah, I wanted to hear from him. I know he had something good to say, so definitely wanted to hear his commentary.
If we could slow down these turnovers in Houston,
then
it could potentially be a blowout. That's the only thing that really keeps them in the game. We go on these stretches with 4 or 5 straight turnovers for some odd reason.
No doubt. Young disciple, what's good, brother?
Hey, what's poppin', bro?
Maintain.
Y'all good?
Yes, sir.
Hey, bro, what y'all call me?
What you mean?
Miss Flanagan.
You said? Oh, that wasn't me.
What did he say?
So the rumors are that you have a burner account by the name of Miss Flanagan.
A burner account for who?
A burner account for YouTube.
For what?
I mean, you tell me, bro. I don't know.
Hey, I had no. I don't know.
Nigga, I stand on whatever I say, nigga. What? I'm saying, what would prompt me to have a burner account? Like I'm saying, who am I trying to hide my identity from?
Let the plane land on the joke, brother.
Oh, I'm just saying, bro. So it was a joke. Okay. Okay, cool.
What you got on the top?
Land the plane.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just saying, with all due respect, though, don't be calling me no female name, bro. I don't disrespect nobody like that. Don't disrespect me like that.
Fair enough. What you got, man?
But I'm like I don't like when people volume or when people's like when y'all being all Brody, y'all was when Transformer was trying to tell y'all about that, when y'all make that big deal about that Oklahoma City game, I don't want to hear nothing right now about they playing good, they doing this, they doing that. Nah, bro. Because and the reason that I'm saying that, bro, I want y'all to keep y'all same energy, bro. Like, I don't want y'all to change our energy at all. Like, y'all keep y'all same energy.
Okay, so young disciple, let me ask you
y'all,
this, man.
Y'all remember y'all were saying stuff like the team was better without Bron.
Hold on. Hold on. So
ahead,
I'm acknowledging what LeBron is doing and what the Lakers are doing. That's what an objective person does, right? You know, I'm not a LeBron guy. I'm acknowledging.
I'm not aiming it at you, bro.
I just want to be clear because I came on here tonight specifically with this topic to acknowledge what I'm seeing LeBron do. If I don't know if you heard the whole segment, I did not have one. Cool. I didn't have one criticism of LeBron because he's playing great ball.
I'm gonna go back and listen to it though.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I didn't have one criticism. I wanted to give him his due. I want to give JJ Redick his due. All the Laker role players, like these guys are really playing good basketball. They're doing their thing. So yeah, I have no problem getting on the show and saying, hey, he's doing what he's doing. He's balling out, and credit is due here.
Because what I'm saying, because what wasn't somebody like on the panel right now was saying that JJ can't coach. He was a trash coach. He this that. Like this is why this is. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna say, both Snead and I were critical earlier in the season of JJ, and I don't need to speak for Snead, but I can
speak for myself.
Right.
Multiple blow-ups on the sidelines with players, multiple blow-ups in the media, complete choke job last playoffs, blown out by 15 plus points 13 times this season. I mean, I had my reasons, but I mean that's just to name 5.
You say he choked last year?
He choked last year as a coach. Yes.
I don't know nobody on their first in their inaugural season of coaching would somebody say that they choke. Like,
well, Darvin Ham went to the Western Conference Finals his first year as the coach.
And that means what?
That means he's a better coach than JJ Redick.
So getting to the conference finals one time,
being competitive in the NBA playoffs, not getting out coached by John Finch, Chris Finch, whatever his name is from the Wolves,
Finch, yeah.
Whatever. No disrespect to him, but nobody calls him a brilliant basketball mind. I never heard anybody talk about how great of a coach he is.
Why you care?
But he
out-coached. Why you care about what they call JJ Redick? Why you care about that?
Hold on, YD.
I didn't say what they call JJ Redick. I was talking about how he got out coached by Chris Finch.
But the other thing, YD, hold on. The thing you're missing though is that later in the season, when we saw JJ Redick, I know myself and Snead, Transformer can attest to this, we're both on this show giving JJ Redick his flowers for the improvements that he made and the things that we saw that he was doing well. So it's not, quote unquote, not keeping the same energy. It's acknowledging when we see improvement.
See. I'm gonna say one more thing. Then I'm gone, bro. Because Bruce, you always, bro. Bruce, you don't have to absorb everything, bro. Everything. I'm not directing like nothing at you, bro. You know, if I was talking to you, I would tell you that, Bruce.
Right.
I got no respect for you to say that. I'm just saying that, like this whole entire season, I don't know if Transformer can remember it or not. All y'all been doing is bet. Every chance every chance that was given, bro, y'all bashed. I mean, the LeBron is a given. I don't even worry about that. But I'm talking about the JJ Redick. Nigga, I barely hear good things about him, and like all that type of stuff. But then we get to the playoffs, he's coaching rings, nigga, around Ime Udoka, and now it's just like it's a nothing. Just like I just want people to understand like something, bro. Like saying somebody isn't a great basketball mind doesn't make you one. And that's just all I'm saying, bro. Like everybody can be picked apart, bro.
Sure.
Sure. Like I just want people to understand this. Everybody can be picked apart, bro. So just stay humble and keep that same energy, bro.
Well, again, I can only speak for me, but I know that
I'm not talking to you, Bruce.
I know, but what I'm just saying in general, I know that myself and I'm not going to speak for anyone. I'm just saying I know that I'm very, I have no problem with saying, hey, I see this change, I see this improvement, and also to the point that you made as well. I can tell you, I've never claimed to be a great basketball mind. I know that there are certain things that are just make sense, but I don't think I can claim that.
Hey, Transformer. I done told this man 9 times I was talking to him, bro.
I got you. I'm just saying because this is kind of how we rock with the show. But go ahead, my bad. I'm sorry.
No, bro. The show, everything cool, bro. Everything cool, bro. Like, I love the show. I love everything y'all doing, bro. I'm just saying, bro. Like sometimes, and Bruce, I do appreciate your like. I know it'd be hard, bro. Like sometimes for you to come in and be objective, but bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. You doing 100 times better than that first show that I bro. I gotta give you that, bro. I think Transformers starting to rub off on you.
Well, thank you, YD. I appreciate it.
I agree, bro. I appreciate y'all, man.
All right, brother. Have a good night, man.
All right, bet.
Thank you, Transformer. This is why you're here. Can you unmute yourself, though? No, you're not.
Damn, I've been talking this whole time, so why didn't hear anything I said?
Red light on the side of your mic.
Man, because it's facing this way, so I didn't even. Man, YD, bro, I heard everything you said, bro. Appreciate it, man. Dang.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all can hear me.
Transform. I appreciate you, man. That's why you're here.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Sneeze's best friend.
Yeah. All right, Joe. We are going to leave it right there. We're going to leave it right there so you guys can enjoy the second half of this OKC Phoenix game, man. Thanks so much for joining us. As always, we had a great time talking hoops with y'all. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Make sure you share the show with the people in your orbit. We will be back. I know I'll get with the other guys, but I plan on being back tomorrow night for that first round of the NFL draft because NFL is king, and man, I love it. And we out.
And stay humble, Transformer. Damn it.
Stay humble.
I will.
Good night,
I
Joe.
smoke rocks.